start the stream. Okay, so quick recap from last session. It's been a little while. Um,
4
and
weeks.
Yep. It's been a month. So last time you guys just finished off fighting the wolf tribe. You had headed back into Termaline, and had made your way over to the back over to the east side. Let me draw on the map.
Screw the west side.
West side. You headed over to the east side in order to rest up for the evening. As you were there, Smith and Wu decided to have a chat about the potentially disastrous situation that occurred when they were out fighting, and Smith swung at Wu's head, missing just in the last second. Smith explained that the sword kind of had a mind of its own, that it was imposing its will on him, and recognizing this danger of the sword wanting the blood, Wu made a comment about coming up with a deal where Wu would basically get the loot from what was slain, but Smith could have the kills. When this was brought up between the two of them, though, a swirling mist of ice and snow enraptured the two, and a voice that Smith knew as the voice of the sword had spoke to them and said that if there was going to be any discussion regarding the sword, that the sword would have its own voice in the matter. They were then teleported to this icy cathedral, where they were presented with this cloud of mist, as the mist, this icy mist, was telling Smith that if he wished to still have access to the powers that the sword gives, and the abilities and the strength that it offers, that it would have to prove its loyalty and devotion to the sword, as the sword was, explaining that it was looking to kill Aurel in order to bring back what it believed was the true god of winter, a being known as Levistus. This brought back memories for Smith and Wu, hearing these stories from whenever they were younger about Levistus being this devil from the Nine Hells. Being this devil from the Nine Hells, who was kind of like the Prince of Lies and the Lord of Betrayal as well. So when Smith refused to attack Wu and to kill him there, the voice spoke to Wu, offering him the same opportunity that was being offered to Smith, that if Wu would slay Smith where he stood, that it would offer him the same powers and abilities and the glory of killing Aurel together. Wu then took a step towards Smith, drawing a dagger, but then throwing it into the mist, angering the mist, allowing it to coalesce into a elven form, an ice elf form, at which point this ice elf attacked the two of them, but also the sword back in the real world, as the rest of the group was watching as Smith and Wu's bodies lay comatose, trying to figure out what had happened to them. The Boreas blade that Smith has been bearing for this adventure shattered, sending shards everywhere, and teleporting the others into this same realm, and combat ensued between Smith, Wu, and the Boreas, the spirit of Boreas, inside of this blocked off ice cube, whereas the others were fighting these explosive ice methods that had the ability to summon and conjure other methods. In the end, though, Smith and Wu were able to defeat the spirit of Boreas, at which point all of the ice methods fell to the ground. Gerard's wolf companion did take a fair amount of damage, and was downed. But whenever you all came out of this illusory world state and mind state, realized that while your wolf was hurt, it was not dying. It was at that point Smith realized he did not have a sword, but he still had his original axe, which he did bear, as you guys helped clean up and help the others there at the east side. That night, though, when everyone had gone to rest up and had gone to get some sleep, Wu decided to head over and speak with Town Master Mastu about some potential property investments into the area. And when he went over there, Smith was waiting for him, and as Smith decided to go after him. He followed his tracks, and as he was going down between two of the buildings, a floating orb appeared in front of him and opened up what appeared to be like a portal of some kind, and outstepped a person dressed in clerical clothing, bearing the symbol of Lathander and Paylor, bearing the symbol of a sun, and explained that he was a member of a ethereal society beyond the bounds of that realm, that is known as the Society of Smiths, and that Smith's commitment to his allies showed great determination that day, and that he was receiving a blessing from the society in the form of Dosimer the Bright Blade, a double-headed great axe that looks like the symbol of a monitor. Also, it's Paylor and Lathander. It's a sun, and the blades glow with a radiant glow. At that point, Smith headed over, found Wu over with Townmaster Mastu, and I imagine after finishing up that realtor business, the two of you would have headed back over to the east side to rest up for the evening. Am I correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because Aaron, you bought a medium-sized building in the large one. Or no, you bought a small and the medium, right?
For now, there's discussion for the. I want to say it's discussion for the medium, but I bought the small one currently.
Right. Yeah, so
Just because I don't want to buy the medium one without someone being there and
being able to take over it.
Blacksmith.
Right, I gotcha.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, with that, now we'll. He was. Can you not hear him?
No.
Oh, why can't you hear Aaron again? That was like last time.
Yeah, I'm gonna disconnect and rejoin.
Well, wait. Can you hear anyone else?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, right-click Aaron's name and make sure that you don't have him muted or that his user volume isn't down on.
Or blocked.
Yeah, he's unmuted and it's all the way up.
Did he
Yeah,
block
yeah.
you?
There and blocked, and I
Very,
can
very
still hear
interesting.
him.
Yeah, see
Aaron,
if you...
can you hear him?
Yeah, I hear him.
Oh.
Okay.
Huh. That's weird. Yeah, see if reconnecting
Discord.
works for you.
All right, click everybody to a different channel.
All right, good session, guys. I'll see you all later.
Bye.
God damn it. Where the fuck did Aaron go?
Iowa, probably.
What?
Oh,
Yep.
hey.
Yep, that makes sense.
And there's a Tarot.
Hey,
Alright.
now
Nice. Okay. So the next morning, you guys wake up. We'll put the clock at about 8 o'clock in the morning. Did anyone want to do anything here in Termaline before you guys head out and start making your way down to Bryn Shander?
Yes.
Okay.
Did we all long rest?
Yes, yeah. Make sure that you guys should already have long rested, because I double checked. You all have your 15 temporary hit points.
Okay.
can you make sure I leveled up my character right, Lucas?
What level are we now? 7?
7.
Yeah,
All right.
Oh yeah, you now have Flash of Genius.
I do.
Yeah, it's your 7th level artificer ability. When another creature within 30 feet of you makes an ability check or saving throw, you can use your reaction to add your intelligence modifier to this a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier. So that means that, like, if Smith was
Shit, that's right. I gotta add another spell.
Yeah, so it's like if Smith was making, say, a survival check, you could use your Flash of Genius to give him a +4 to that, in addition to what he already has.
Oh, that's cool. Does it have to be like?
Mhm.
Do you have to say I want to do this before he rolls, or can I do it at any point in time?
No, you can really do it at any time. It's just, yeah, it doesn't say that it has to be before or after you know that it succeeds or fails. Yeah, it's you gain the ability to come up with solutions under pressure. So, and you regain each use after a long rest. So, and this can be done, whenever you want. It's a reaction also in combat. So, as long as you have a reaction, you can use that. No, everything looks good. It looks like you have as many spells as you can prepare. Let me double check that, though. Artificer can prepare a number of spells equal to your intelligence modifier plus half of your level rounded down. So 4 plus 3. Yeah, so you can have 7, which you have. So you're good. Everything on yours looks all right.
All right.
So Aaron, what specifically did you want to do? I think I know what you want to do, but what did you want to do?
What do you think I want to do?
I think you wanted to go and talk to Trex.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, we'll say maybe you get up a little bit early, and head out to find Trex while the rest of the group is getting together, and is starting to get ready to head out. If you ask around, you find out that Trex is, since he's been staying here, he often spends his time over at the town hall.
Okay. And I'm assuming the paperwork for the small house would be done by now, or?
Well, figure it'll be done that day, because you and Townspeaker Mass 2 discussed that last night, and he said that he would get everything, finalized the next day. He has your signature.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we'll say that you head over there, and you head into the town hall, and there you can see that Trex is already there. He's starting to get all of his stuff together. You don't see Townmaster or Townspeaker Mass 2.
Okay. So I'll walk up to Trex, ask him how he's doing this morning.
Oh, I'm I'm doing all right. It's going to take me some time to get used to everybody knowing the truth about myself. It's also going to take me some time to come to grips with reality, but I feel that Trex and I will be able to do this. We'll be able to do this together. Last night, he and I had a discussion, and we are on board with this together because he sees it as a benefit to his kobold clan. And he informed me of another clutch that we may be able to reach out to in order to help the mine.
And if you don't mind me asking, what would that be?
Well, just more hands in general.
Okay.
Yes, just, he informed me that there was, that farther north, there was a warren of more kobolds that he was aware of. So it would be to our benefit if they found work and residence down here as well.
Yes, I agree with that, but if any of them step out of line, that will all fall on you.
Yes, I understand that.
Side note, do you have any safe place to practice your magic that you want to learn and read up on?
Well, not particularly. I mean, I am sure that I can find somewhere secluded out by the mine, somewhere in the forest. I imagine that go out into the fields or go into one of the more sequestered sections of the mine. I might be able to find some time to practice in there, though it is a bit loud.
I also wouldn't want you to be distracted while you're there because you're supposed to be killing the rats and getting the pelts from them.
Right.
So in that case, I had just bought a small house from the townsmaster, and I would have a request of you if you would be so kind.
Of course. What is your request?
I will allow you to stay at the house. Allow you to practice your magic in seclusion and give you a safe place at night so you can read your books and other things you need to do to restore your magic ability. If that sounds as interesting to you.
You see this, look in his eyes, and he says, "You would do that for me?"
Yes.
I mean, I would be honored. I cannot thank you enough for even the offer. Are you sure about this?
Yes, this will allow us to keep a small house in town, allowing you to help us out and for you to help yourself out as well. For all, and whenever we're in town, all I ask is, keep this place tidy, and when I'm there, I get to sleep there, and you just look after it while I'm away. And you have full access to it when I'm not in town.
Yes, I would be, again, I would be honored.
I did find something to give to Trex, didn't I, while we were out?
You did. It was on the wolf. It was on
The tribal token?
right. It was on
Okay.
the tribal warrior. You found a tribal token which can be used as a druidic focus. It was like a string of wolf's teeth.
Okay. I'm going to hit. So, Trex, I found this while we were out hunting those wolves the
Wolf,
other night.
yeah, the wolf clan.
Yeah. Um, I would like to give this to you if this would help you with your magic, by all means. And he's going to pull out the tribal token and hand it over to him.
He accepts it graciously. You see that
Um,
as he takes it, he takes a bit of moss from that pouch that he has on his side, a little bit of that detritus that's in there, and he like starts to interweave it between these teeth in such a way to make it personal to him.
okay. Well, I will talk to Townsmaster, because I am pretty sure once we leave Tourmaline, the deed to the house will be done. I will just have him hand it to you and give you the keys. And if you could just tidy up the place, I would appreciate it.
Of course, I will. I will speak with town speaker Mastu, as soon as he gets in. Again, thank you so much. I appreciate everything that you have done for me and the others. And
Not a problem.
he reaches out to shake your hand.
I shake his hand as well.
All right. So with that, do you head back over to the east side?
Are any of the stores opened up yet?
At this point, it would be early enough that like most of them would still be closed, but it depends on what specifically you're looking at.
Leather Daddies?
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. It is not yet.
It's not open?
Not yet.
Okay. I'm going to assume that it'll be open by the time we leave.
Yeah. It'll probably be open. It'll probably be open. Around the time that you guys are heading out.
All right. Yeah. I'd say I'm done, and I head back to the inn.
Right. Okay. Cool. So you head back over to the east side. Is there anything anybody else wants to do before you guys head out on the road?
I want to sell all my pelts before we head out.
Oh, I see. You can also
that's why I was asking if they were open yet or not.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's always Bryn Shander. Mm-hmm.
Specific. So I guess if they're not open yet, I'm going to give Trex the white moose pelt to give
Okay.
to
To give to Shannara.
yeah. So
Okay.
I can get the 15 gold for that.
Gotcha.
Um,
Yeah.
that's really only the one that I needed specifically. Other
Okay.
than that, I can deliver the pelts elsewhere.
Okay. Yeah, Trex will take it, and he said that he will leave the money with town master, or with town speaker Mess 2.
Okay. Other than that, I'm done.
All right. So, that you guys will start to make your way out of Termaline, back on the road once again down to Bryn Shander. Now, the last time that I brought this up, I did give you guys some misinformation. I gave you the wrong amount of time it would take you to get from Termaline to Bryn Shander. It's only going to take you about 6 hours to get there. So, yeah, there's, no need to rest or anything like that, because it's only about 9 miles.
We better rest. He's trying to kill us.
Nah, I got you. So, the journey down there is mostly uneventful. Quan is following up with you guys, the other Goliath. He informs you that his ring has still yet to recharge, and as you guys trek down the road, you see some other folks traveling up to Termaline, or at least heading up that direction which you guys just came from. Travelers, traders, merchants. You see just some folks, moving along the path and trail, hunters, wild animals here and there, elks, some rabbits, some hares, like Arctic foxes chasing after them. But beyond that, even the weather is fairly decent. While it is still almost pitch black, there really is not anything of major event as you take this road. But you do eventually get to the point where you know that you have to cut off from that main road, as in order to avoid heading over to Targos, where there's a little bit of there's a little bit of issue with some of the folks there.
What issues?
Sure, it's fine. They
Be
only
real,
have
we're
our
looking
group's
everywhere.
description and wants to slaughter all of us, specifically myself.
Oh, let's go to Targos.
I mean, you guys want to stage a riot right now?
I'd go for some combat.
Yeah. Yeah, Jared, for that very specific thing, we'll just handle it as we are, because no need to add something something.
Okay, so basically just switch the damage type and then just argue that instead
Just
of it
yeah, everything just kind of in there, just flip to the
Offset.
other side of the spectrum. Yep.
Okay, that's all I needed to know.
Sure. So, as you guys are making your way back down to Bryn Shander, you start to cross over the Arctic landscape, heading across over to the city that you guys have been at before. It's been a little while though since you have been back in this area. Trying to pull up picture, 1 second. There's the one I'm looking for. I'll post it in chat. So Bryn Shander, as you guys will remember, is is one of the larger settlements here in Ten Towns, one of the bigger towns in Ten Towns, with it being built up on top of a large hill. It has these massive oaken walls that kind of would you look at that? All those arrows pointing on top of it. It has these large tree trunks that surround it, keeping it mostly as like a fortress, if you will. As you head up to it, though, you walk up to, we'll say that you're coming in on the north gate. As you'll remember, there is the north gate, the east gate, and the southwest gate. And as you come up to the north gate, you guys have been here before. You have, come in and out of Bryn Shander before, and you make your presence known. You look up to the ramparts, and you can see some cold weather clothing heavy figures standing up there. They have the large, oversized bows, and they kind of lean over, looking down on all of you. And then at the door that you are standing in front of, at the gate, you see a viewing port slide open, and a very tightly wrapped dwarven face kind of pokes his head out and says, "What business have you here?"
Thing through?
Do we recognize the guy that's at the door?
You do not recognize him, mostly because his whole face is basically covered by this his clothing. I will say though, based on his voice, you do not think that this is Ragrum Braunhold, the one dwarf that you guys did, that Groff kind of, befriended the first time you guys came around here.
Yeah, that's not my buddy.
Are we coming here for something, or are we just passing through? I don't remember.
Well, consider that you guys have just traveled for about 6 hours. You can only travel 8 hours in one day.
True, so we're here for the night.
Yeah, the only one
Keep going.
The only one of you that could really continue going would be Ravenchuck, imagining if he was riding on the back of Beefchuck the entire time.
Yeah, I guess Erard will yell up, "Looking for shelter. We've been here before."
Mm.
Town heroes, you know.
Oh. All right. Hold on. And you see the little viewing port close. You hear the sound of like thumping and thudding going on behind it. What might be the sound of moving blockades. And then a minute goes by. The doors don't open. 2 minutes go by. The doors don't open.
Any minute now.
And 5 minutes go by. Still nothing.
Should burn the city to the ground.
Another 10 minutes.
I knock on the door even harder.
You knock on the door. You see the same dwarf. You see the same dwarven face slide out. What?
I have business in here. I need through.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Patience. God, you think this? This is we're trying to do this right. Okay. Just hold your horses and relax.
We have no horses.
Yes, I see that. Oh.
We have no horses. All we have are coconuts.
God damn it.
Yeah.
He says, well, regardless of what you have, he says, you're going to wait here until the report comes back in.
Or
How long will that be?
It should be another 5 minutes, and yes, a report.
Report of what?
Some bastards came here about 2-3 days ago, caused all kinds of problems. There was groups at each one of the doors. We let them in. They said that they were here for business. They were here for one thing, here for another. We let them in. They just wrecked shop. Started raising, all kinds of hell, causing chaos, breaking down doors, smashing windows, kicked old Wendy's dog. That hound never did anything to nobody that wasn't deserving of it. But these bastards just... So, anyway. Now, we have to, when somebody arrives at the gate, we have to make sure that there isn't, some giant attempt at us again. So, we send out a report to the other gates, as long as nobody's trying to get on their side in a similar capacity, because honestly, look at all of you giant weapons and, out here ready to, probably slaughter half of this town without even thinking of it.
No. The complete opposite. We're the ones who got the iron and whatnot back about a good couple days ago. We saved
and
I can't think of his
you
name.
see this
been a
Alpha
while.
Wolfhead tribe leader head? We killed him too.
What? Who's your friend, Justin? Who's your friend? Groff. What was the name of the guy that you were drinking with?
Ragrum Braunhold.
Yeah. We we were with Ragrum Bromhold.
Ah, well, that's all lovely. 5 minutes. And he shuts the little gate again. So
This is why Groff should be sweet talking every dwarf we meet.
So another 5 minutes go by, and you finally start to hear movement on the other side. The gate begins to now shift and move out of the way, allowing you entry into the city. You see the dwarf on the other side. It's the same one that you were talking to, and as he's helping put it back into place, he looks at all of you and says, "Yeah, all right. Yeah, all the other gates were clean. And did you say that you were the ones who went out and got all that ore for them over to help the Black Iron?"
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yes,
kidnapped
we
a
were.
child.
Baby.
It's a baby.
We saved a baby from the frozen tundra as well. Please let us in.
God. He looks at you and he says, "All right. Well, like I said, much appreciated, I guess, on that part. It has helped. But protocol's protocol right now. Ever since that happened, Townspeaker Shane has just been, wanting to keep things really locked down."
Could you describe the groups that came in? Like, was there anything in particular of them, or did they just look like your average people crossing the Dale, like us?
Funny enough, they all kind of looked like you. I mean, not you, but diverse crowds. Not one particular, body type or nothing like that. But once they got in, it was like... It was like they were smoke or water. They moved quickly. I feel like they knew what they were doing, and we couldn't catch them. And even the ones that we did get our hands on just somehow slipped away. And it was over the course of maybe 15 minutes, half an hour, that this happened. And then they were just gone. But Beyond that, didn't get any, notable details about them. Haven't heard anything. Don't even know where they came from. I mean, and if Speaker Shane and Sheriff Southwell know anything, well, they haven't told us yet. But, I mean, hey, maybe they, if, maybe they'll reach out to you if you'd be willing to track them down.
I mean, we can certainly try, but like you said, you have no idea where they went or anything, so we would be just as much in the dark as you.
Yeah, well, that's kind of where we're at. So, but enjoy your stay. If you are looking for anywhere to stay, though, the North Look over here, they're oh crap, I have that on the wrong spot. The North Look is over here.
Oh yeah, we have 3 room and board at the North Look. We know all about that place.
Oh, well, then don't let me tell you what to do. And you see that he goes back up to his post where he has a small little stool next to that sliding door.
I'm assuming we get let in then?
Oh yeah, no, you guys are in. You guys are in town. You can go wherever you want.
Well, as we walk through the door, and once he's done talking, I'm going to flip him a gold coin and tell him we appreciate his service, and yeah.
Oh, thanks. Much appreciated. Wow, that's a lot of money. You see that he very feverishly puts it in his pocket. Yeah, no problem. Sorry about holding you up there as long as I did.
I understand you're doing your job, but next time, make it a little quicker. It's cold out here.
Yeah, snap, chop, buddy.
So, yeah. I'm assuming my 32 pounds of jerky is done.
Technically, that is not done until the 20th. It's the 16th. But you could go and ask.
Yeah. Damn it.
Like I said, could go and
All
ask.
right, well, before that, I'm going to go sell off my hides that I have.
Okay. I'm assuming
my pelts.
Heading over to the Black Iron Blades where it's like the blacksmith and the general store.
Yeah.
Okay. While he is doing that, what is everyone else doing?
That's as long as everybody else is okay with that.
I guess
whatever
nobody
Aaron's
is.
doing, I'm not okay with it.
I guess I'll go with Wu.
Okay.
Does he tell
Try
him?
keep him out of trouble.
I guess I'll go.
I'm the one that keeps you out of trouble.
No. Using the other
Oh
campaign.
my god. All right. Who is going over to the Black Iron Blades with Wu and Gerard?
No, who's on first?
Oh my god.
Frost, go for a drink.
I'll go.
I guess I will.
Okay. I just didn't know because I know that there was a couple places you guys had gone to here in Bryn Shander. There was the North Look, which is the inn and tavern where you guys met Scramsax, who was the adventurer that gave Wu the book, the creature loot book. There's also the House of the Morning Lord, where Copper Knobberknocker and Michonne are located, and then there's the Black Iron Blades, where Garn the Hammer and his sister Elza run the shop and smithy.
I'd actually go to the House of the Morning Lord because I gotta talk to Copper Knobberknocker and tell him about because he's the one that told us to go check the Black Cabin and gave me
Right.
Albot and so forth.
Mhm.
So I would probably go talk to him and say thank you and all that stuff.
Okay.
You said the Black Iron Blades is the blacksmith?
Black Iron Blades is a blacksmith and the general store. So, Black Iron Blades is going to be Wu and Smith. Say? Is that what Wu said?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. So Gerard is heading over to the House of the Morning Lord, and Groff was heading over to the North Look. So, Tarot, where is Ravenchuck going?
I said I was gonna go with Wu,
Oh, okay.
and I think you said Justin or Groff.
Yeah, Groff is going over to the tavern. He was going to get a drink.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Ravenchuck, Smith, and Wu heading over to the Black Iron Blades. Groff's heading over to the Morning for the North Look, and Gerard's heading over to the House of the Morning Lord. Okay, so you guys kind of split up. Once you're in and you're kind of at that northern point, Gerard, you head over to go over and see Michonne and Copper Knobberknocker. The rest of you head down that main road that the three of you, Ravenchuck, Smith, and Wu, you guys head into the Black Iron Blades as you see Groff heading over to the tavern. As you three walk in, you see the familiar faces of Garn the Hammer, which I will post their pictures here, and his sister Elza. As you guys are walking through town, though, you all see this, where a lot of the buildings here are in disrepair. You can see that there are windows broken. There are doors that have been smashed apart. There's people trying to pick up pieces here and there. Didn't mean to move that. You can see there's people trying to pick up, pieces of door frames and, trying to put windows back into place. And it seems as if they're, much akin to what the dwarf you guys were talking to, what he explained had happened.
Yeah.
So as you head up to the Black Iron Blades, you can see that, Garn's, forge is actually cracked on the outside there. And
No bueno.
you can see that as they are inside, you hear the sounds of discussion and of you can hear the two of them talking back and forth. And as you enter in, you can see that the door frame has a split in it. And they have kind of patted that together with some furs and fats and stuff to try and keep the wind out. And as you guys head in, you see that they both turn to you. There's a moment of confusion, but then they recognize you. And Garn looks at you and says, well, I'll be damned. Look who the cat drags in. You're about 2 days too late, boys.
Oh? What had happened?
Some bastard showed up. Just looking, I feel like to destroy the town. If you didn't see, my whole forge is cracked out there.
That's a shame.
It's a sour day, to say the least.
I've got some. Assuming it would be a bad time to try to sell some stuff, wouldn't it?
It depends on what you have. Do you have a new forge? Can't say I have a lot to buy it with.
No, unfortunately, we do not have a new forge.
Yeah. Really, that's the one thing. That's, well, I mean, I ain't gonna speak for Elsa here. And, she looks up. She says, what is it that you have? What are you looking to offload?
Well, I've got a winter wolf pelt, got some winter wolf teeth, 2 dire wolf pelts, web sacks if you could use them at all, troll teeth, and then just a basic wolf pelt.
Well, can't say that I can offer you a lot. I can... At this point, I can maybe give you 5 gold for the whole lot. I don't even know what I would do with the web sacks. So I wouldn't have any interest
I
in
was gonna say, if
them.
you don't have them, I can keep them. That's fine.
Yeah, no, the pelts, like I said, I can offer you 5 gold for the pelts. I just, well, you folks helped us. I can offer you 7 for the pelts. Some folks around here will be needing it. We're probably going to be all, staying in a few of the select buildings that haven't been destroyed yet. So we're going to need things to keep us warm.
I hear that. Mm. Speaking of that, I got 3 blankets if you guys need those as well.
If
And
you're
some
willing,
extra hammers. I don't know what use they'll be for.
well, you see, Garn's eyes kind of light up. He says, well, I'll take the hammers. I mean, I gotta get to repairing that forge one way or the other. Talk to that copper fellow over at the temple. And he said that he would try and mend it or something, but said that he wouldn't be, with the amount of damage that's done with it, he would need someone to help him with it, and as far as I know, there's no one around here that can do what he can do.
I kind of look back at Raven, Chuck, and Smith. Like, do we have anybody that can help out?
About with what again?
Garn is explaining that his forge was cracked during during the chaos, whatever this raid was on Bryn Shander, and that he spoke with Copper Knobberknocker over at the House of the Morning Lord, and Copper said that he could try and mend it, but he doesn't think that he would be strong enough to do it by himself. He would need someone else with the severity of the damage.
I mean, I can help.
You see, Garn raises an eyebrow. He says, well, if you're willing to help, it would be much appreciated. Not sure if Copper's available today, but if you're going to be here for a bit...
We can talk to him as well if need be. To let him know that we're willing to help out, help him, to help you.
Well, I am willing to pay. That's not even a question. I'm willing to pay to get this back up and running, because without this, my business is over. So just let me know whatever you need and whatever you think it's worth. I mean, I'm willing to put 50 I'm willing to put 100 gold down on getting this thing back up and running.
Me and Gobber Knocker should be able to do it.
All right. Well, so we might be back in business.
Yeah, we'll go talk to him and get things situated and see if he's okay with that.
And he nods a thankful nod. All right. So Gerard. While the others had gone down the main street, you had kind of circled around the outside and headed over to the house of the Morning Lord. Whenever you get there, you open up the doors and you step inside, and you can see that where before there was all of these kind of seats and pews that were set up as, like, you know, more of a service and a temple area, you can see that a lot of these have been like turned and stacked and placed up against one of the walls in order to create like shelving. And you can see that there are like bedrolls and blankets and furs kind of laid out in this area now. And there's about 12.5 people in here at the moment.
Do I see Copper or I forget her name.
Michonne.
Didn't start Michonne. I knew it started with an M.
You do. You do see Michonne. She is up front. You can see that she has a giant cauldron with a fire burning underneath of it that is sitting in the hearth that is in the temple as she is spooning out like large cups of soup to the people here.
But I'll go up to her and I'll be like, "Hey, I heard what happened to the town while we were away. I'm sorry we weren't here to stop it."
She turns around. You see the kind of like light come to her eyes, and she says, "Oh, it's good to see you again. Yes, it is a shame what happened. But we are still strong together. We are doing what we can to rebuild. Copper has been hard at work, I must say, since your last visit. You excited something within him that has driven him back into his old more artificery ways, as he keeps saying, and he's been hard at work out there trying to fix the buildings and the windows and whatnot, but I know that it is draining on him."
I wasted too much of this juice.
I'll where is Copper? I'll go talk to him because I actually want to thank him and let him know that what all occurred at the Black Cabin and whatnot.
Yes, he's upstairs. He's resting. I don't believe he's sleeping, but if you give a knock, he should be awake.
All right. As I'm going up the steps, am I able to use... I remember we discussed this, but I don't remember if we allow me to. If I could switch out my companions after one long rest, or however it goes, or do I have to be at the Cave of the Berserkers?
I mean, you can use your Calorix's boon.
Yeah.
That's based on a short rest.
Okay. Yeah, because that's all I was going to do was go ahead and tell the wolf, basically tell the wolf being like, "Hey, I know you've done a lot of fighting. You did really good. I'm gonna let you rest up with the other animal companions, and you'll like it there. You'll really like it there. Trust me."
Yeah, the only reason why you ever have to return to the why you would ever have to return to the Cave of the Berserkers would be as if one of them dies. Okay. And that would be to try and recover their spirit there.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna give the wolf a nice good old rest.
Okay.
Justin, he can go party it up, and then I'm gonna bring out Albot.
All right. So you pull out that orb that Calrix gave you. You can see that it bursts into this green flame as you see the wolf kind of be enwrapped in that green flame and pulled into the bulb that Calrix gave you. And a moment later, spit from the flame, you see Albot.
Now Lucas has the chance to give the wolf some weird name that will randomly pop up later.
I did have one, actually.
Of course you did.
Name him Balto.
Oh, God. That's boring.
Sorry, we just couldn't get to the medicine in time.
All right, so who do you have at the moment, then?
It's Albot and Chris. And Neoguri. And still waiting for that Raven to return.
That's true, yeah.
The Raven should be in town now since this is where we sent him.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, but it is supposed to, like, return to me.
Yeah. We'll
Like-
get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
So, you head up, you knock on the door, and a moment later, you hear the pitter-patter of feet, and there, standing in the doorway, you see Copper Knobberknocker, as he looks a little haggard and bedraggled. He appears exhausted. And he kind of looks at you and, through these, like, dreary eyes almost, he says, who is that? Who's it?
It's Rard. Remember, I kind of hold out Albot as it just kind of chirps and, like, spins and whatnot.
Yes, I remember. How have you been?
Better than what it seems like you guys have gone through.
Yes, I must say we have been through better times, even in recent times. But we're getting there. Back into my old artificing and trying to mend as much as I can. But I'm only one.
Well, Tarot's actually with us somewhere in town, I believe. I'm sure he would be willing to lend his services.
That's right. He did. That's right. He stopped by, and I'm assuming then he made it up to you without issue.
Yeah, he made it up without an issue or everything else. And this is when Erard just kind of slightly sighs and goes, I do have to tell you about the black cabin, though. There's good news and there's bad news.
Oh, well, I mean, how is Macradius? The lunatic finally figure out his invention?
Yes, he actually got it to work and everything.
That damn crazy fool. I never thought, I told him that he'd kill himself trying to do it.
Well,
good for him.
He did kill himself while doing it. It's a long story. When we got there, his invention actually killed all of us as well, and we were pulled into the spiritual plane, and that's how we actually met him.
You just see this glazed look of astonishment on his face.
He succeeded in his experiment, but I guess the first prototype did exactly what you said it was going to do. It exploded. It got all of us. All it needed was another restraining band around it. And actually, our big Goliath friend was the one who was able to fix it. And he went ahead and got it working and everything else with the help of his spirit. But
fool! I knew it needed 3.
Well, he did admit you were right. He said that you were right, and he gives and gives his thanks and said that he should have listened to you. But he has moved on.
That damn
But
fool.
his research wasn't in vain. He got it working and whatnot, and it actually helped us a lot too. I don't think I have anything to show the blessing of the Morning Lord, do I? Because it's just a thing that's a part of us now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just kind of a thing that is about you.
Like
Not that.
the only thing I could do is maybe pull out a dagger and use the blessing of the Morning Lord to show it as it shines and whatnot.
I mean, he could also. If you brought it up, he would also have access to detect magic.
That's true. Yeah, I
Because
would bring
you
it
guys,
up.
everyone with the blessing of the Morning Lord will radiate a small aura of evocation magic.
God. So yeah, I would bring it up to him and whatnot.
He looks at you and says, "Well, looks like Lathander then keeps you in his watch. I just can't believe it. I can't believe he's gone, that damn fool."
Yeah, he was a great guy once he stopped being arrogant and yelling at us. And
Yeah, well, that was it. And I wanted to tell him. I left him that damn note telling him that 3 was better than 2, and I was going to tell him that night about that. But that night he was so rude about the dinner I made him. And I didn't have it in me, and I left. And now he's gone.
uh, I'm sorry, but his invention. We didn't take any of the blueprints, did we?
I don't believe you did.
I'll tell him, I'll be like, I wasn't thinking about it, but all of his blueprints are still there in the black cabin. If we ever pass it again, I can grab them for you.
He nods, kind of weakly, and says, "Oh, I would appreciate that. Um, I just so tell me, um, how's Albot? How's everything else?"
It's doing okay. Um, we we ran into some kobolds out at the mine up north and got that all figured out. Oh, we've been doing okay. And that's when Erard goes ahead and looks at him and he goes, actually, I discovered something too. As he holds up the explosive seeds, the pea shooter can actually launch small explosives
He
that we've installed in Albot.
he takes a look at it. He takes a look at the exploding seed. He's like, that is
Erard will say with a slight grin, going, if you want to distract yourself with work, would you by chance be able to almost replicate them and have explosive ammunition for Albot?
you see that he goes over to his workbench and he sets it down. He pulls out this thing that looks like a multi-purpose tool, this whole tinker set, and he starts to deactivate it and disassembles it. And you see that it comes apart. You see the sack, the container of blasting powder on the inside, and you can see the inner working mechanisms of the clockwork trigger. And he's like, this wouldn't be hard to replicate at all. I mean, with the right materials, I could probably make it cheaper if, yes, I mean, that would be...
I mean, I'll chip in some of my gold to help out, and I know you've always said that you enjoy working and whatnot, and
Yeah.
with Parrot back in town.
Yes. How long are you going to be here?
I think through the night and maybe part of tomorrow. I mean, I'll talk to the group and see if they're willing to help stick around for at least a day to help clean some stuff up.
Oh, I would be more than welcome. I'd be more than willing to put a few of these together. So it would take me some time to really get it down pat, but these would not be difficult to make, and in fact, I could probably make them a little bit cheaper. Brass is a good material to make it out of because it doesn't flex too well whenever it doesn't flex very much whenever you are encasing an explosion in it, but at the same time, it's also a bit expensive, but I could make it out of iron, and we do have a good bit of that at the moment, so I can probably put together a good dozen of these quickly enough. Yeah, if you're gonna be here, I probably should not take me more than a good day, and just say maybe about, well, 10 golds. No, not even that. 5 golds worth of resources.
I can give you the 5 gold if you'd like to help out.
Well, how about discount? Well, we'll say it's a bit of a discount. We'll say 4 gold. I'll chip in the 1 because I'm curious of this myself.
Sounds good to me. And if I come up with any other small upgrades or whatever, I'll be sure I'll come to you.
And he nods, and it's at this point now Smith, Wu, and Ravenchuck. Would the 3 of you have left the Black Iron Blades to go over to the House of the Morning Lord to speak with Copper about the 2 of them, about Copper and Ravenchuck fixing the Black Iron Blades forge, or would either one of you had gone anywhere else?
I would have.
Okay.
Sure.
Smith. Okay. And
Yeah.
Aaron. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool. So,
Hey, Jared.
Yes.
Jared.
Yes.
Jared's character's name is Ravenchuck.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I just kept saying
I heard
parrot.
that. I'm
Oop.
like, I'm gonna wait
Yeah.
until he's done talking.
yeah, I caught it as well. And then I think I did it as well. So yeah, it's a
Nobody corrected me. I forgot the name. It just kept going.
Y'all were in the middle of roleplaying. I'm not gonna interrupt that.
So it's at this point that the door to the attic opens up, and you see standing there is Smith, Ravenchuck, and Wu. And you see Copper like kind of looks over his shoulder and sees everyone standing there and goes, "Oh, well, seems like almost everyone's here."
I'm trying to think of how to say this dude's name.
Come on, guys. I
Copper?
just did all the
Hold-
dialogue
hold
for
on.
a bit.
Copper
Copper
Knobber.
Knocker.
He goes by Copper too.
Yeah, he also just goes by Copper.
Oh,
You
okay.
also know him. You have a history with him.
Yeah. Hey, Copper.
Ah, Ravenchuck. How have you been? I see that
Great.
I see that you met up with your friends.
Yeah.
Beef Chuck still in good working order?
Yeah, I think he's at the tavern with Groff.
Ah, I see. Well, luckily he can't get too drunk.
True.
See, he chuckles to himself. Says, so, what brings you by? And I was just talking to young Urard here about putting together a few of these, and he gestures to the dismantled explosive seed on the counter.
I came to offer my help at fixing the forge.
Oh, the one over at the Black Iron. Yes. But the two of us could get that back in working order. Tell me, hmm, are you by chance, uh, able to, cast the spell? Are you of the capacity to cast the spell Lesser Restoration?
Let me go over my book real quick. I do believe I can cast it. I'll just have to find it in my book somewhere.
If you're able to do that, then you would have access to the heat metal spell.
Yes, I do have that spell.
Excellent. Excellent. That is the big issue with that forge. It is the mending together is part of the issue. It has split and cracked in such a way that we will have to melt it. We will have to superheat the materials around it in order to try and get it back to shape. And I know that I could not do that myself. But with someone else here, that would be non-issue. And you see that he has this, like, glimmer of hope in his eyes. He says, well, would you want to head over there and give it a shot now, old friend?
Yeah. Why not? And then I can come by and help you build explosive seeds.
I would appreciate it. Be good to work on a project.
I would love to learn how to make those.
Oh, we can figure that one out together. And you see that he...
Hey, Copper.
Yes.
So those exploding things that you're making for your yard.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way to fuse sleeping poison in with that as well?
Gerard's eyes light up. Do a bunch of different elemental bullets to where ones can be different gases and explosives?
Well,
possibly. It would be interesting.
It would not be out of the question. If you had something that could knock someone unconscious, that could be powdered or be aerosolized, the initial explosion should be able to disperse it enough.
Yeah.
Yes, you could do it. You could do it as a powder. Unfortunately, I mean, with how these are more of a shot, not a dart, an injection would not work. But a powder or a gas would. Do you have something in mind? Do you have something like that?
I have a vial of sleeping poison.
That would
Well,
work.
That sounds okay. Well, ooh.
It's gonna be a vial of sleeping potion, not poison. I mean, I guess
quick,
technically
Lucas,
it's a poison, but
Mm-hmm.
Is Copper a forest gnome? Or just a gnome?
Hopper is he's a rock gnome. He's a tinkerer.
Oh, because I was about to say, my character has red hair, so does he. So is he like my dad or something?
No. So Copper, I would say that you and Copper would have known each other, back in the days whenever he was an engineer. So Copper Knobberknocker, back in his past, and probably the time that you would have known him, he was he was an old Ezete engineer. He was an artificer before he turned to religion. But he did offer his services to different factions and organizations. And that's where the two of you would have met because, being that he is able to do, he's really able to do any kind of like technical, mechanical artificing that would have been to any benefit to a military group. So.
Oh, okay.
So Aaron, what specifically is that poison you have? That was the one that you got back at the ice cave, right?
I don't remember.
Because I want to say that you dipped darts in it, and then that's how you put the troll to sleep.
Yeah. I sent it in chat.
Viral sleep potion creatures hit with these darts make. Okay. Yeah. Let me see here.
I wonder if while we're at it, might as well make poison bullets as well. Just get the poison out of Chris and.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, remember how I said in the other campaign I'm gonna turn me into a alchemist rogue who can just fire crossbows? Well, Erard now just has a machine gun that can do the same.
So you see that Copper is taking a look at this vial, and he says, "Well, it would be possible. Again, it would need to be aerosolized, but that is not too difficult. I would have to put it into a pressure pot, heat it, condense it, get the extract out, and then could inject that into a capsule and then build the clockwork around it. This is not impossible, but it would take me some time. I can see how this is set up, and blasting powder is, not that difficult to work with, but what I would have to do with this sleep poison, or with this sleeping material that you have, would take me some time to figure out the proper ratio in order to get use out of it. So I can start working on that later this evening. I can start doing the formulas. I can't give you a definite time of when I would have them ready, but should not take me too long. That the idea of aerosolizing a liquid is not a difficult task. It is just the chemical makeup of it that makes it a bit tricky.
Yeah. And would you be able to give us the blueprints so that Ravenchuck could study it and be able to do it on the road?
Yeah. I'm hoping that Ravenchuck here would be willing to help me figure it out.
Okay, that works too.
Yes, because it's going to take us some... And he thinks for a moment. He goes, "Oh, yes, no, those would work too. Yes. Okay. Well...
And then also let us know what other combinations that we can put in there other than sleep as well.
Yes. That's what I am thinking of. There is something I have in mind, quite expensive, but I might have some...
Do you think we could make it like... So you know how it bursts into fire, right? So instead of like just blowing up, can it spread something like... I don't know how to put this in their terms. Alchemy fire. That's the closest thing I can think of.
And he looks at you and like smacks you on the shoulder. He said, "I was thinking just the same thing. I had a small flask of Alchemist Fire laying around somewhere one time. I know it was very low, but I might have enough for one or two attempts at the things. It is very volatile. So it would have
more.
It would be difficult to make more. I never made it before. But it would not be impossible. I still do have some of my contacts down south. It would not be impossible to try and reach out to them, but that would take time.
I do know a dude who's very good at brewing stuff.
Is that the case? Well, that's... I can't say that... I'm never going to say that it's impossible, but with the right materials, we would be able to do that. It would be quite the spectacular event. Just the seed, it explodes and then just covers whatever it hits in that ignitable liquid.
Do you think we can even make it a bigger radius instead of just that one person?
Well, I think with that, your limitation is going to be more based on the size of the seed itself. I know that Albot does not have a cannon by any means.
I have a catapult.
You have a catapult.
Well, a spell, but
Well, it would take more materials. It'd be a bit more expensive. But on top of that, be far more dangerous, especially the Alchemist Fire. It's quite volatile. You don't want to accidentally make Alchemist Doom, after all.
true. What is Alchemist doing?
Well, it's very similar to Alchemist Fire, but it is far more potent. It burns hotter. It's a black flame.
Ooh.
But it would, to make that though would be I'd have to practice up on my alchemy supplies. Stock up on some alchemy supplies. It's been a while since I have partaken in that, but it is not impossible to make it.
So as Wu is hearing you guys say this, he just has
He lighting
the
up
gold
like
cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching noise going
He's-
in his mindset.
And he pauses, he obviously doesn't hear that, but he says, it would, I mean, for a solid attempt, it would probably cost, if I don't have any lying around, it's probably going to cost a good 100 gold to at least make enough that we can test everything. I do have at least the base supplies, and I can probably source the rest from Elsa over at the Blades while we're there. Some basic materials is all I need. Yes, this is not impossible, and I am quite excited to try.
Real quick, Woo, is your character like lighting up like a kid on Christmas morning with this idea?
Yes, because he wants to make sure that only our group will be able to have access to this and be able to sell it to other people if we plan on selling it.
Oh my god.
Oh.
The fucking businessman every fucking time.
Yep.
It's understandable.
It's a ball. Thank you for the ball.
So you see with this Copper, his face, he has a new life invigorated into him, and he grabs his coat that is sitting over by the opening where the chimney extends up through here, and he says, well, then I suggest we head over and see our friends over at the Black Iron and get that together, get the supplies, and then we'll get hard to work.
Also, Copper, I want you to keep this between us. Don't want you sharing this information with anybody else.
Sure. We can keep it between us. I have no problem with that. I am just brimming with excitement, but I will try and contain that.
But real quick, Lucas, when I asked the question about what is Alchemist Doom, that was out of character.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
So
I don't
Alchemist Fire is listed as a sticky adhesive fluid that ignites when exposed to air. Make a ranged attack against an object or a creature. Treat it as an improvised weapon. On a hit, it takes 1d4 damage at the start of each of its turns. Alchemist Doom is basically the same thing, but it takes 2d6 fire at the start of each of its turn. So it's basically the same thing, but it is a stronger, more volatile reaction.
Oh, okay.
So that's what he was kind of referring to. He's like, we want to make it in the right ratio so that we're not making the one that could explode in our face when trying, because Alchemist Fire is not difficult to make, and it can be made in, it can be made within the time frame of a long rest.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, when I was coming up with the Alchemist Fire, I'm like, I want something kind of like napalm.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have that. What's the closest thing to napalm?
Yeah, Alchemist Fire. Yeah, Alchemist Fire pretty much is exactly what you're looking at.
You got to remember, napalm sticks to kids.
Yes.
Okay, so as you are all making your way out, now we'll kind of rewind the clock a little bit. Justin. So the rest of the group was making their way over to the Black Iron Blades. Gerard was heading over to the House of the Morning Lord. You're heading over to the North Look, back over to where the tavern is to get a drink. You have Ravenchuck has sent Beef Chuck with you, just to make sure that nothing too crazy goes on. And 25. Cool. Oh, White Claw check. I get you. When you walk up to this place, you can see that the outside of it, much akin to what is around, you can see that the windows are smashed, the doors are broken, there are like scratch marks and what appear to almost be like sword cuts on the wood and materials that make up the building. And as you walk in, you see that there are now, there are patches and stuff that are being put into place. And you can see that there are still a few people in here that are drinking and eating. But back behind the counter, you see the recognizable Scramsax, who was the tavern owner that you guys had met when you were here last, the one who had given Wu his book. As you walk in, the wind kind of whips open the door a bit, and you see a lot of people turn their attention to you and this giant metallic snake that are coming in. There's a bit of hesitation, but Scramsax looks over at you and says, "Hey, is that, oh, I recognize you. How you doing, lad?"
Better than I think you guys are. What happened?
Bit of a right fit. Some jackasses from who knows where showed up, causing all kinds of mayhem around the town. Most people right now can't even stay in their own homes due to the damages to them. I got some folks upstairs that are staying, not charging them or nothing like that. Lords know that I couldn't do that to these folk. A lot of folks staying over at the temple, but a lot of folks also staying down at the town hall and the council hall. They're kind of displaced right now until we get things together. Lot of chaos a couple days ago. They even got into here. And he gestures over, and you see where atop the hearth, where there was the plaque that had the giant knuckle-headed trout with the nameplate Old Bitey that would snap to life and sing a song when you got within so many feet of it, you see that placard is broken and is kind of leaning up against the hearth. And Scramsax looks at you and says, I don't even know what they would want with that old fish, but it pains my heart. Sons of bitches. Give anything to get that thing back.
Not old bitey.
Well, I did get something out of it, though. Was, weirdest thing. When those bastards got in here, I, was doing what I could. Tried fighting them off and, injured the one, but I thought he was down for the count, but got up, just minutes later. And, was just out the door as quick as ever. But as I was fighting the one for old Bitey, I was reaching into the gullet of the old fish to try and wrench it away, came out with this, and he holds up this ring that has 2 ram's heads on either side of it, that it appears to be made out of a very finely crafted silver or pewter. And like I said, it has 2 ram's heads on either side. He says, I don't even know where it came from, but must have been stuck in the throat of old Bitey there for some time.
Daughter's beard, that's crazy.
Yeah, but just trying to recover best we can. It's been one thing after another around here. It's like, dealing with this, there was that, when you helped out those dwarves with that iron shipment that got lost out there in the tundra, ever since then, it's been one thing after another, just constantly hearing about folks, getting attacked by goblins up and down the road, up and down the Eastway, and coming up into the Dale. It's beginning to get a lot of folks.
Is there anything I can do to help? And do you have a White Claw?
Oh, yeah, no, I gotcha. And he pulls out a, oh shit, I was gonna say, I was just about to pull out a White Claw, hashtag ad. Yeah, no, he pours you up a drink that, you recognize as the popular drink amongst youngsters, a White Claw. And he says, well, if you're looking to help with that, townspeaker Devessa Shane, she'd be the one you'd want to talk to. Rumor has it that they, something recently came up that got their attention. Her and, the sheriff, Mr. Markham Southwell, they would be down there at the town hall. Probably be your best bet to talk with them to try and deal with anything regarding that. But hey, if you're willing to help, that's quite a blessing on us, I guess, as you've already helped us before.
Can I get 2 more White Claws? And then, I'll go talk to your town master.
Sure thing. All right.
Then Groff will take the White Claw. We'll chug the first one.
Okay.
Take the 2 remaining White Claws, and then proceed to go and, I guess blindly, because I don't know where I'm going, find the town master.
Okay. Okay, cool. No, I love this idea. All right, so you walk out of the North Look. You have You have Beef Chuck following behind you. You are getting a
Can I
lot
take
of...
the ring?
Huh?
Can I take the ring?
Are you asking him that?
Yes.
He looks at you, and he says, well, it's all I have of Old Bitey at this point. I mean, here's what I'll say. If you can get Old Bitey back, I'll let you keep it. But until then, we'll call it a loner.
Sounds fair enough to me.
And he hands it to you. He says, as much as I want to say that he'd be recoverable in his state, I don't know what they would want with that old fish. To me, he's more of a symbol than anything else. But, well, I don't know. It's been a sour day since that has happened. I don't have my normal spirits about me, but if you're willing to help me, it would be much appreciated, friend.
Don't worry, we'll get Old Bitey back. I promise.
And he nods, and he puts the ring in your hand. You can go ahead and add to your inventory a Ring of the Ram.
Never make promises you can't keep.
I can keep that one.
For what it is worth, granted Groff would not know this, but for what it is worth for the rest of the party, the ring has 3 charges, and it regains 1d3 charges at dawn. While wearing this ring, you can use an action to expend 1 to 3 of its charges to make a ranged spell attack against a creature within 60 feet of you that you can see. It produces a spectral ram's head and makes its attack with a +7 bonus. On a hit, for each charge you spend, the target takes 2d10 force damage and is pushed 5 feet away from you. Alternatively, you can spend 1 to 3 charges as an action to break an object within 6 feet of you that isn't being worn or carry. The ring makes a strength check with a +5 bonus for each charge you spend.
Groff's got to check his blood sugar.
Yeah, you should do that. Okay, so with that, you head out and you start looking around for the town hall. Do me a favor and roll me a survival check.
Have you always had to check your blood sugar?
No.
No, that's new.
Yeah, this is a recent
How new is
thing.
that?
Like,
A little over
2
a week.
Yeah, I'll say a week.
Ow.
Are you diabetic?
Yeah, we discovered this about a week ago.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. I guess we
Yeah,
put it in the chat because we
Here's
told
the
Altman.
alcohol pad I was supposed
Well,
to use.
Well, also, Aaron's phone has been on the fritz because he did
yeah.
actually say, "What did I miss?" And oh yeah, what you missed? Justin's now diabetic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
196.
Yeah, no, my phone went on the fritz Monday, so it took me all of Monday to get a new phone.
Jesus.
What phone did you get?
22 Ultra.
That's garbage.
What is it looking at over here? Is it looking at my giant dinosaur eggs that I'm gonna be?
It thinks it's a head.
Must. It's looking at the It's looking at the dinosaur on it.
Yep.
Let me put them on the floor. I plan on doing a
Rough
stream
numbers
where
are a
I
little
open
high
those.
today.
I want to open them with someone. Maybe I'll get Glenn, or maybe I'll get Smith. Somebody. Be archaeologists together. Okay.
And I can be an archaeologist too.
Yes.
My stepbrother actually is a geologist, so
I also have Wingfinger, my transformer who transforms into the fossil of a pterodactyl. So you can transform him, because I haven't yet. He's still in his ninja form.
I was gonna say, since, my stepbrother's geologist, with my culinary degree, I can lick the dinosaur eggs and see what they taste like.
That's gross. Yeah. You know what they taste like? Walgreens.
Plastic.
Instead of a live unboxing on Twitch, we're doing a live tasting of the products, everybody.
Oh, terrible.
Lucas, do you think you can get a Walgreens sponsorship for your stream?
No. We're not family friendly. We were literally talking about a monster called a cum you lose.
I also hate to break it to you as well. If they were still using their old slogan, none of us are on the corner of happy and healthy.
True. It's not the corner of happy and healthy anymore. They can't say that.
I said if that brand was still there.
Yeah.
I clarified.
Oh, I just realized the cum you lose monster stat block is actually a combination. It's a portmanteau of cumulus and ooze, as in a cloud of ooze. So it's cumulose.
Oh, so it's not Cumaloose.
It's not cum you lose.
But can we still call it Cum You Lose?
I'm still gonna call it cum you lose.
I lose.
You do lose.
So yeah, Lucas, you saw that I put going to the north look after the morning glory.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yup. All right. So, the rest. Okay, so Wu is heading over to the North Look. And Copper and Raven Chuck are heading over to. So okay, hold on. Groff is heading over to the town hall. Maybe ? Wu is heading over to the North Look. And Raven Chuck, Copper, and are going over to the Black Iron Blades. So where is Smith going and where is Gerard going?
Yes.
Okay, so Smith is going to Yes, which is a shop in town. Okay. Smith is going to Yes. And where is Gerard going? Is Gerard going to ES as well?
Gerard's going to no.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with Smith.
Okay.
Let's do it, Gerard.
All right. So, and Gerard. All right. So, you guys head over. You guys all head over more into town or into the center of the town. Ravenchuck and Copper, you guys head up to the Black Iron Blades, and you go up. You see Garn up there. As the two of you walk in, he gets this, look of relief on his face and says, "I wasn't expecting you so soon, but not gonna complain. The effort's appreciated." Copper says, well, if you have everything we need, we are going to need some supplies. And Garn says, "Whatever you need, I'm willing to do whatever it takes." And Ravenchuck, he looks over at you, and Copper says, "Well, let's get a move on. This is going to take some effort." So, Tarot, I need you to do me a favor and roll me an Arcana check.
Okay.
6 Arcana checks.
Also, you're going to make this with advantage, because this is going to be utilizing your Tinkerer's tools and your Smith's tools, which you are proficient in both. So you are going to get advantage on this roll.
Alright, give me 1 second. What the heck? It won't let me roll.
It won't let you roll?
No,
Can you reload your character sheet?
I have tried.
Would you like me to click the button for you?
Yes, please. Like, I don't even have I can't roll anywhere.
Are you logged in?
I should be, yeah. Let me check. Yeah, I'm logged in.
And it's not letting you click any of the modifiers or anything.
No. Like, I've
Huh.
gone to view, edit, copy, just clicked on it, none of it works.
What do you mean view, edit, and copy?
Like, you know how when you go to, like, where the tab says my characters, it'll say, like,
Yeah.
Ravenchuck, and then below it'll be, like, view, edit, copy, delete. There's all those tabs.
Wait a second. Do me a favor. Go into my campaigns. Do you have the Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign in there?
Yes.
Okay. Can you go to view from in there?
No, it still won't let me.
Still not. That's weird. Okay. Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Like, I don't even have the tab to where I can pick what die to roll at the bottom left.
Just out of curiosity, at the top of your character sheet, does it have the number 787-105-17?
Where would I see that at?
On the where it says dndbeyond.com/characters/787-1057.
Yeah. 787-105-17.
That is really weird. Okay. Well,
Close this tab and reopen it. See if that helps.
yeah, because that's I've never known it to like not give you any of those options. I think if you're signed into an account, that do you think it has you signed into your old account that your old character sheet was stuck on?
No.
Because I know that your other character, your other Ravenchuck, is still listed in that campaign. So if you go to my campaigns and you go down to the deactivated characters and go to view on that one, where the number should be like 51742 so and so and so, can you click any of those?
No.
Okay, that's just weird. All right.
And I'm signed into the right one. The new Ravenchuck, its player's Terror Crux 2. Well, it's
Yeah.
number 10. That's the one I'm signed into.
Yeah, that's really weird. I don't know. Well, I rolled, like I said, I did roll for you. You had advantage. You got a 9 and a 1 plus 7, so you got a 16. Would you want to use your Flash of Genius?
Sure.
Okay. So, that would bump you up to a 20. And I'm going to roll for Hopper.
Yeah, I'll take a picture and send it to
Yeah.
you.
I'm curious. Yeah, I would like to see what your screen's doing. And then also what I'll need you to do, which I'll actually just do it on your side, is I'm gonna have you burn a 2nd level spell slot. This is going to be for your use of heat metal. But so the two of you head over to where Garn has his whole smithy set up. As you walk up to it, you can see the giant split in the side. And Garn goes over to it. You know, he has his tools and equipment laying around it. And Copper is examining it. And he looks over at you and says, "All right, So, here is what we're going to need. We are going to need some metal to fill this gap. We're going to need to heat it, and we are going to need to, as it is coalescing together, gone, we're going to need you to try and get this stone back into place. Basically, we're going to use the metal as more of a binding on the inside, because I know that you don't have enough rubble here to fill this entire void. But should not cause any problems, as it should fill in the cracks. Now, Ravenchuck, when I get these in there, go ahead and cast heat metal on them. As that's going, I'm going to do what I can to mend it, and Gon, you start putting the rocks in. And
Okay.
as you start doing this, you see Copper, he goes over, he puts his hand around the two seams of this split. Garn has this armful of rubble, and Garn looks over at you and says, those iron rebars will be the ones that we're using here. And you start to cast heat metal on them when they're placed into this. And with your, with your initial roll, you are starting to get the metal. You get the metal to the point where it's red hot. And you know that you have to put a little bit more into it to start to get it to become more malleable. You can see Copper is starting to try and mend this broken seam as Garn is placing these rocks into it. But you see that at a point, the flame, the color to your, the color to these rods is starting to wane a bit. So weird. And he says, well, no, we need it hotter. We need it a lot hotter. Okay, so focus. And it's at this point that, you have that flash of genius, and you're like, you think about how you have used this spell in the past, how you've used this to heat pieces of metal in order to cauterize wounds with certain people that have fallen in battle, where they have like a gushing wound, and you kind of lay this on there. So you get it to the point where it's now starting to burn this white hot. And you can see that it begins to flow in between where the rocks are, and Copper's like, yes, just a little bit more. And so over the course of about 5 minutes or so, I know that heat metal only lasts for a minute, but it's fluff and it's flavor. The three of you go through this process where you are placing these pieces of rubble in this crack and are starting to fill up this gap in there. And eventually, it gets to the point where the rubble is now in place, and the molten metal that is in there is starting to cool and creating the gaps in between them to have it set in place. And once it's all done, you see Garn steps back, and he says, well, I'll be damned. I must say, I was not expecting that to work as well as it did. Well, I guess we'll find out whenever I get this thing lit up. Would one of you mind lighting the fire on the inside whenever I get the gases moving? Do you offer, Ravenchuck?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Got
It's all
I was
good.
on mute.
It's all good, man. So you see, he goes over, he gets the bellows started. He opens up this valve, and you hear this sound of gas starting to rush in. You shoot a bolt of fire into the opening on it, and you hear this whoosh as the flames start to fill the internal chamber. And you can see that where you guys have repaired it, there is no visible flame, there is no glow coming out of there. And Garn even goes over and he places his hand on it and he says, "That's not even hot. Damn. By the gods, I'd say you've done it. I can't thank you two enough." He looks over at you, Ravenchuck, and looks over at Copper, and he says, "Well, to say that you two have saved my life is an understatement. If you ever need anything from me, just don't hesitate to ask, and I'll shave a little off the top to lighten the wallet."
It's no problem.
Yeah. So basically, you guys will now get a 20% discount on buying from, or you'll get a 20% discount whenever you buy stuff from Garn or Elza, and you'll get a 20% extra whenever you're selling. So instead of the original 10 and 10 for going and getting the iron.
Is this for everybody?
Yeah. This would be for the group.
Woo! Hey, I wonder if I can't convince him to, with the stuff and whatnot, to even do more of a discount as long as Copper keeps making stuff and using his forge skills and whatnot. Like the iron and stuff. The hard materials, basically. I'm sure we could get a discount.
There's always that. That's always an option.
Ooh.
All right. So we'll go over to jump over to Wu, because I have him next on my list. So Wu, you head over into the North Look. As I described before with Groff, you see there are some folks in there. You notice that Scram Sachs is standing behind the counter.
Do I see who I am looking for?
Who are you looking for?
My bounty hunter friend.
Are you talking? Oh, shit. Do me a perception check. And do me a favor, roll me a D100. Okay. So yeah, you look around. It takes you a minute to see. You see Scramsack standing behind the counter. He gives you a quick wave. But sitting over at one of the tables, you see a white-haired woman sitting at a table, and she's eyeing you up from across the room.
I am going to go over to. You said his name is Check.
Scramsacks, yeah, he's the bar owner.
I'm gonna walk over to him, request 2 mugs of ale.
He looks at you and he says, "Hey, it's oh shit, no, that's not his voice. Oi, laddie, it's I just saw your friend here, the dwarf. Glad to see you guys in town."
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't know how long we'll be in town here for. We don't know if it's going to be quick or if we're going to be fast.
Oh, well, that let me know if you need anything. How's that book treating you?
Oh, very well. Very, very well.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Well, like I said, if you need anything from me, just let me know.
Will do.
All right. And so he gives you the the 2 mugs of ale.
He's like, "What do I owe for this?"
He waves it off. He says don't worry about it. I got you covered.
Much appreciated.
And he nods. All right. So you
So
head. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So you walk over to where this where this older woman is sitting here at the table. Whenever you sit down, she kind of looks up at you from she has her clothing pulled up tight, and whenever you go to sit down, you set the mugs of ale on the table. She tosses you this statue of a bird.
I see you got my message.
You did? What exactly was the message that you sent her? Wasn't it
meet
that,
us in Bryn?
yeah, meet us in Bryn Shander. Was it anything else beyond that?
Can you also say about how the person you were told to kill or whatever you did or something like that? I thought.
Yeah, the blue-eyed person.
Yeah, I just didn't know. I wasn't sure if you had actually listed that in there.
Yeah.
Okay. She looks at you. She throws you this silver raven statue, and she says, "I got it. So he's dead now."
No, I need that back.
You're not
Woo.
here.
Yeah, but if she keeps it, I kill you.
You's not here either.
God damn it.
I will kill Wu, and I will have the animals eat your flesh.
Wouldn't be the first time. So he's gonna look at her. Much appreciated. I'll give this back to Gerard. And he's gonna put it in his pocket. And he's going to scrummage through the heads that he has on his hips. Open up one sack, look at it, put it back, grab another one, and hands her the head in the sack. I believe this is the blue-eyed man that you requested the bounty on.
She opens it up, and she looks in, kind of like opens up the eye. She says, "Hey, that's him, all right." And you can see now whenever she opens up his one eye, you can see that it's like glazed over. It's no longer that piercing white. And she says, "So, how did it go down? Where'd you find him and all?"
We found him. Wasn't this the one we found at the inn?
Yes, this is one that you guys found
Okay.
at the Ramshackle, the White Moose Inn.
Well, up in Lonelywood, there was this abandoned inn that we had purchased, and for whatever reason, he was inside of there. And when we tried to discuss if he was the one killing people for what was going on, he didn't deny it. So we asked him to come with us politely. He refused. And he ended up with his head getting chopped off.
Well, I see. Okay. Well, I guess that deals with it then. We haven't, she looks up, she looks over at at a calendar that's on the wall. And she says, "Well, At least there hasn't been another one of the killings yet. But it is the new moon tonight. So tonight, if anything, tonight would be the best moment to see if anything will happen.
Yeah, but I was contracted to kill him though.
No, I know. I'm just saying if anything comes up tomorrow in any one of the towns, tonight's the night of the sacrifices after all.
That is true. Also, do you have any other bounties that you're aware of at the moment?
In fact, I am. She looks down at the one at the knoll head on your hip. And she says, funny enough, this woman, one of the East Haven fishers, Nibira Moore Skull, she owns she owned an enchanted fish hook that could catch magical fish. While she and her friends were out on the ice one day, a pair of filthy fucking gnolls attacked them. Killed Nibira, stole her fishing pole and hook. Hunters from East Haven have tracked the gnolls to this icy rift in the ground, but were too scared to go further. They put a bounty out on the head for the gnolls' leader.
I'm assuming this knoll here is the one you're looking for?
No. The one that they're claiming stole it has a massive scar across his face. But there's a good price on it. And she pulls out this scroll and hands it to you. And as you look at it, it lists it for a 400 gold reward for the head of the gnoll with the scar over its eye. And
where was the location for this?
And the retrieval of the hook. The location for this is... Let me pull up the map. What is going on? Oh, wait, my pen's not on. Tell you what, that is the one thing about off-brand Apple pens. They work really well, but you have to turn them off and on. She kind of gestures over to the one wall. She says, it's somewhere down southeast of East Haven. I'm sure that once you get to East Haven, some of the hunters there might be able to guide you a little bit better than I. But I did, just for reference, I did put it on the map.
So it's taking forever for this to load up for me.
Here, I got you, buddy. If you look in the Discord chat, there it is. So you can see in relation to East Haven where it is.
The Crackling Chasm?
The Cackling Chasm, yes. They are hyenas after all.
Gotcha. Now, where is that? Thought I had a map saved.
Here, I'll I'll send you. I'll post a bit of a bigger picture. Where's my mouse? There it is. There you go. There's a little bit of a better picture. So, it's about as far away from East Haven as you guys are from East Haven right now. So, it would take you a bit of a trek to get over there.
Oh, okay. So at least that's the same direction we plan on going.
Yes.
Okay.
I can do that, I realize.
Where would we need to turn this in at?
She says, she looks at you and she says, well, I'm sure the people of East Haven would like to have that head. Talk to Captain Imdra over there. He's the one in charge of the militia. I'm sure that he would be willing to give you a hand. He's a good man. Might even have some work for you otherwise.
Okay.
She explains... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was like, do you know of any bounties in Bryn Shander by chance?
Well, there is that situation with the goblins. They've been attacking people out on the east way from Word Have It. People coming up the 10 trail been claiming that that goblins have been ambushing them, and but I believe
Are we in Bryn Shander?
you guys are in Bryn Shander right now.
Okay.
But she says, yeah, people coming up from the 10 trail have been saying that goblins have been ambushing them. I'm sure nobody's going to be upset about slaying a few goblins.
Okay. So you know nothing about an Alpha Wolf Pack tribe?
Not that I can think of. But
and then I referenced his name, something.
what? Who? What?
That.
Who?
I posted up in chat if it ever loads.
On Rinbrek.
Yeah,
Was it-
I referenced that name as
Was
the
it-
Pack Alpha of the Wolf Tribe.
She says, I can't say that I have heard of anything, but I'll do my research. I'm going to be here at least for the night, probably for the next couple days. Considering it's a bit of a trek trying to get over the river there by Bremen.
Yeah. Well, if you ever make your way up to Lonelywood, make sure you check out the White Moose Inn and tell Kyra we say hi.
Sure. But, lad, do yourself a favor. You're still traveling with that boy, right? The one
Which boy?
The one that you all pulled from that boat when they first got here. When y'all set out from Bremen? The young boy.
Oh, the one that I don't think is old enough to drink?
Yeah, the one who doesn't look old enough.
Yeah, and he's got those creatures that travel with him?
Yeah, that little raccoon thing.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still around.
You're worried about bounties. Word has it that one has been put on his head. From Targos. I would steer clear of there if you're not already planning on it. But
we plan on it.
Oh, good. But just be aware, it's not a bounty that the common folk would be getting. It's going to be more dangerous. So be wary of who you're be wary of your travels from here. I heard it had gone out a few days ago.
If you don't mind me asking, how much is the bounty?
Well, let's just say for the common folk it would end all of their problems. And she pulls out a small piece of paper and writes a number down on it of 10,000 gold.
Damn.
You know what? I accept my faith. I'm not fate. I'm not here, but I accept it. 10,000 gold's a lot. That
But it's but she writes she you know, as she goes to sit back to drink her ale, she says, but it's requested that he's alive.
And how much for dead?
0. It's a recovery bounty. Apparently somebody out there wants him alive.
Oh, yeah. We know the snake.
Well, as I said, I ain't gonna make a deal of it, and I don't want to know your business. But you have the warnings.
Much appreciated. And if you come across any other bounties, please let me know, because I can always use the heads up and the money.
Oh, if I hear anything before you leave, I'll make sure I let you know.
Much appreciated.
All right. So you hang out there for a little bit with her?
Yeah,
and
he's
drink?
going to hang out, kind of catch up, and kind of show her the other trophies that he has.
Okay. So, Smith and Gerard. The two of you are walking through Bryn Shander. You're coming from the House of the Morning Lord. And Smith, something catches your eye. Very specifically, catches your eyes. As you see a building here as you're walking through that is named, the building is EYES. There's a hyphen between first Y.
Those eyes?
Eyes. And as you look in, you can see that the building is kind of oddly shaped. It's two circular wooden structures that has glass panels that makes the building almost look like a pair of glasses. And as you peer inside, you can see that it's fairly dark in there, but you can see that there are goggles and glasses on displays in there. We'll say that Smith and Gerard both notice this.
Okay.
do they
Check it
kind of
out.
look like the goggles of object reading that I have, or do they just seem like
They look like
you know?
different things.
Okay, yeah, I'm for it. Let's check it out.
All right.
Check it out.
So the two of you walk in. Like I said, it's very dark in here. And it almost appears as if there is like a more radiating heat through this building. It does appear that some of the glass that makes up the outside facade is cracked a little bit. But it appears that even though that is the case, there is still this like radiating heat in the room. As you walk in, you start to see there's different goggles and glasses of various shapes and sizes in here. And from behind the counter, you see pop up a drow. He, dark elves as they are like to do. This drow has white hair, and as he pops up, he is wearing a pair of sunglasses. Says,
Thank you for the picture of fuck the sun.
Yeah, he peers up, says, What's up?
Wait, what's going on here?
You see
Some
that,
guy with sunglasses?
yeah, you see a drow, as he, like, sits up from behind the counter. He has a pair of sunglasses on, and there is kind of like a little placard that is on the wall behind him that says, "Fuck the sun."
Oh, damn.
Jesus.
And he says, "What's going on? What can I help you folks with?"
Nothing much. Just seeing what you had to offer. Saw your sign from out front. Caught
Yeah.
my eye.
Yeah. That's a good one. Well, name's Rangloth. If you need anything, have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm trying to take a nap back here, but customers come first. So,
What exactly do you have to offer here?
well, I got pretty much access to most any crystalline base, glasses and goggles and whatnot. Simple things here. If you need something just to keep the wind out of your eyes, I got a whole box of those. But got the more exquisite, the more magical inclined. If you're looking for something more fashionable, he swaps it out. He swaps out the glasses that he's wearing for like those single lens sunglasses that are like kind of like a rainbow-esque color, if you will. As he here we go. Here's a good picture. He throws these glasses on that kind of like go from like pink to orange. He says, if you're looking for something like this, very stylish. I also got some that full single lens, not even oh, that's the same picture. Sorry.
Takes those first ones off, and there's another pair underneath.
Yeah. Why is it posting the same picture? The fuck?
Oh my god.
There we go. He takes off those like pink and orange ones, puts this one that almost looks like a visor. Says, this one's pretty nice. It keeps the sun out of your eyes pretty well. Also got these, if you're looking to keep low profile and all. But if you're looking for something a little bit more functional though, and he gestures to the ones that he has on the wall behind him. He says, they're a little bit more expensive though, but I got finder's goggles, I got goggles of night, I got the eyes of charming, I got eyes of minute seeing, eyes of the eagle.
Hold on. Can you tell me a little bit about those? Those are the eyes of the night? That sounds interesting.
Yeah, the goggles of night, unlike some, creatures myself who hail from the Underdark, where the sun don't shine, is, and he gestures to the sign behind him. He says, we can see in the dark. We're well accustomed to that. But, some creatures out in the world, they can't, they have trouble, seeing in the dark. So these goggles, you throw those bad boys on, can see just fine.
How much do those cost? Out of curiosity, out of game, didn't you say that my new axe had night vision of some sort? Dark vision? I don't see that. Where is it?
So what that is let me see that here. What it is as long as when you have Summer's Wrath. So wait, is it? Yeah. So
Is
when
that
you
part
have
of my great axe?
that's part of the Great Axe. So when you have that active, when it is bathed in that light, you have dark vision for that period.
That's only when I expand a slot, or is that correct, or no?
Or no, I'm sorry. No. It's no, yes, no. It's when you use the Blessing of the Morning Lord. I think that's what it is. No, it was. No, it was tied to your axe. I don't know why I didn't write this down. I feel like a jackass now.
I don't see it on here. Is it something that's not on here?
No, yeah, because I forgot to write it on there. It is tied to your axe. So I believe it was that while you have this, yeah, no, it is that. Yeah, here's my note for it. When you activate Summer's Warmth, which is the bonus action to have for a minute for the weapon to deal additional fire damage equal to your proficiency bonus, during that time you have dark vision, because basically the axe head glows when you do that.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, how much are the goggles?
He goes up, picks them up, and kind of looks at them, says, well, let me think about that. And by that, I mean I have to look at a number. He goes over, he pulls up a book, says, well, yeah, they, be about 300 gold. But, think about that. 300 gold. The ability to see in the dark, if you can't already. Again, some creatures like myself.
And what is the range on them? How far
60,
out?
60 feet. 60 feet on a good day.
60 feet as if it were like a sunny day, or 60 feet as if it was like hard to see type of deal?
Nah, 6 feet on you're down in a cave, you got a good 60 feet range ahead of you.
60 feet bright light?
Basically it gives you dark vision out to 60 feet.
Isn't there like two types of dark vision, like dim light and bright light or something like that?
No, so what it is if you have dark vision within 60 feet, you treat dim light as bright light and darkness as dim light.
Okay.
So yeah, it would be within 60 feet. If you are in darkness, it's as if you're in dim light, which means that you see those areas as lightly obscured and in like gray. But anything that's in dim light that is around you would be seen as if it was like daylight. It would be as if it was in bright light.
Out of game, I would have to attune to this, I'm assuming?
No.
And I had to attune to my sword, right?
Goggles of Night do not require attunement.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Am I noticing that Smith really wants these goggles?
You are 100% noticing that he wants these goggles.
But I do have some gems for trade. Would he be interested in some gems at all?
Some gems?
I don't know how much they're worth, but
I mean, what do you got?
I got 5 gems. I don't know. Out of game, I don't know how big they are. It just said 5 gems. You never really told me.
Where did you get those?
I don't remember. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
I think from what were they from? Some like light lantern chandelier that I took down and destroyed, and
yeah,
was that it?
I remember that.
Wait,
because it was a while ago.
Did you get those? Did you get those from? Wait, did you break a chandelier over at Targos?
Oh, thing.
I don't remember if it was Targos or it was some that was encased in ice that had gems in it.
Oh!
And we broke it out and took them. It was early. Because wasn't it like the gems were in the eyes or something like that? Gems were the eyes. It was some that we broke early on because I think it was with whenever you wanted me to get the talisman of rats and spiders or something like that, and Frost took it.
Shit! That's why I was like, why am I not finding this? That would have been at the the Temple of the Ice Devil.
It was early when we got these gems. I remember that.
Yeah, because I say that would have been at the Temple of the Ice Devil, which would have been the side quest you guys did for Michonne to get back the symbol of a monitor for her. So he looks at them, and he's examining them. He takes out a like a little lens that he's looking at them and says, "Oh, these are nice and all, but well, let me think here. If you throw in these 5 gems, and we'll drop the price to 100 gold."
100 gold?
Yeah, because I mean, I can. These gems aren't the cleanest, but with a good work at them and some of my own expertise, I can make something nice out of them. Good pair of glasses. So
Now, these would replace any need I have for these snow goggles. Would you take anything for these snow goggles I have?
he goes over and he holds up 2 boxes of snow goggles of like
2 cases of it, like
yeah. He's like he's like trust me, buddy, I ain't got any need for those.
Okay. Yeah, I can do 100 gold in the gym.
I was gonna say, will you accept the trade as I hold up the goggles of object reading?
Oh shit! Look at that. Nah, I mean, I'm already sitting on a pair of those. Also got one, you know, down south that's haven't made all my payments on. So,
That's okay. I appreciate your art.
All right.
Fortunately, not a lot of people up here, you know, looking to, you know, read objects. But they do come in handy. In fact, that's what this little guy is. And he holds up the one that he was looking at the gems with.
So 100 gold and the 5 gems.
100 gold and the 5 gems, and you can add a pair of goggles of night to your inventory.
Nice.
We'll go ahead and make the comment too, going, well, it's not just to read objects, you can use it to read people as well, but okay.
Yeah, I say hold on to the yard. That might come in handy. We might need that again. We might need that for ourselves.
I'm waiting for Lucas to ask, what do you mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So does Rangloff. He's nodding. He's nodding in agreement. Because I know they can reveal information about a creature. He says,
"They're my Pokédex. This is my Pokédex. I can just use it to see a creature."
Like, I heard what he said, but I took it a totally different way. I thought he was saying, like, people are objects, and I'm like, whoa.
Oh.
People are objects. Like, come on.
Goggles of night vision or something?
Goggles of night. GOGG.
Thank you.
Yep. Oh, robot. What'd you say, Smith?
I don't have to attune, right?
Correct, yeah. When you add them and you equip them, it should just automatically bump, you'll see over on the left, it should give you that dark vision.
No.
Yeah. Whole party of dark vision now.
Remember, mine goes 120 feet.
I know. You got Smith. You got Smith and Ravenchuck with 60. You got Groff with 90, and Urard and Rue with 120.
Wait, can Wu see through magical darkness as well?
I only have 60. He's at 120. I want a refund.
Well, here's the thing: goggles of night. If you have dark vision, increase your dark vision out to an additional 60 feet.
So if I wear them, I get 180 feet.
If you wear them, you would have dark vision out to 180 feet, which is grotesque. But
so if I have my Summer's Wrath or whatever, morning Lord's Wrath.
I would say yes. For that minute, you would have for the minute that you have your Summer's Warmth, you would have 120 feet of dark vision. And so he, he comes up to you. He takes these goggles that they're like designed to look like owls' eyes. It kind of has a beak to it, and he comes over and like sets it on your head, starts adjusting the strap. He's like, "Is that too tight? Not tight enough?" Little
He's
more.
helping me with that?
Yeah, he's helping you with the goggles. He's making sure that they fit
okay.
right.
No, that's pretty good. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And he goes over and sits back down behind the counter. Says, well...
Did it make like a nice noise when I turn them on?
Yeah, like, once you... Like, they don't even... Like, when you put them on, all of a sudden, like, everything is just now brighter. This room that you were standing in, which was very dim when you first walked in, is now suddenly as if there was, like, candle lights all over the place. Like, it is far brighter in here.
Nice.
He nods and he says, "Yeah, they look good on you, my big buddy." Says, "Now you got to do is, get yourself a pair like these." And he pulls out a pair that looks like it's a slightly longer beak. Not slightly longer beak, but like they look very similar to this. It has a beak to it, but it also has these like more of a metal frame. And he says, "These ones are pretty nice. They on a good day in clear visibility, you can make out even the tiniest details from like miles away, I would argue. Maybe that's a little maybe that's a little much, but it's what's that?"
Can I wear them over each other?
No, unfortunately not. Got to be fit over the eyes there.
Keep stacking the bonuses by just putting more lenses
Yeah.
on top of each other.
I see all.
So just these visors out of all
Oh my
of them.
God, Geordie LaForge's.
Yes. How could
Yeah.
you not?
Yeah. No, he 100% has a pair of those there.
Today's stream is sponsored by Ray-Ban sunglasses.
Today's stream brought to you by Ranglot's ES shop.
I mean, those third pair, I wouldn't mind having them.
Hell yeah,
Or
dude!
the
Those things
second
are.
pair.
Dude, that third pair there is basically Scott from that's Cyclops from X-Men. Fucking
Yeah,
love
true.
those. I fucking love those goggles.
I wouldn't mind having a pair.
So as you have these on, Smith, you're looking around as you're kind of like looking around, taking in your new brighter surroundings. You turn around, you look outside, and you can see Groff walking past the shop, coming from the direction of where the House of the Morning Lord would have been. And you see that he's kind of like just looking around, and you see Beef Chuck behind him.
Should we go get Groff?
Sure. Go check out what he's doing. Thanks for everything, sir.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. And again, fuck the sun.
Sure.
As he says in a town that literally not even like 3 or 4 buildings up from him is the Temple of the Morning Lord.
Being people of the Morning Lord ourselves.
Yeah.
Quick, Smith, hand him a pamphlet.
Yeah, my sword doing anything during all this fuck the sun business?
You don't feel any ire coming from your sword, but you definitely notice that he took notice of the sword, but did not make or not your sword, your axe. He definitely like kind of was adjusting around it. But he beyond that he does not make any mention beyond it.
Picturing all of this to where on every other week the church will come down and knock on his door going, have you heard about Paylor or the Morning Lord? He's just like, hey, fuck you guys.
It's like every time they like invite him over, and he's just like, do you not realize that like the sun hurts me? That like it's burning to me? It's like, do your stuff. I ain't.
I'm signing up for the Taylor newsletter.
The Paylor newsletter.
That's one thing my manager does, apparently, at work. Any person he doesn't like, he just signs them up for like a magazine.
Oh no!
You what?
Oh my god. I could see doing that. I could 100% see doing that. I remember there was a guy who said, a guy came into my store the one day, there was a woman complaining about something, and he goes, you should like look up her Balanced Rewards account, and are your emails on there? And I said, yeah, 100%. And he goes, you should sign her up for a bunch of newsletters. I was like, that is so ethically wrong, buddy.
It's like the most evilest thing to do. Just sign them up for a bunch of different newsletters.
They deserve it.
Yeah, so as you're walking out, he says, yeah, man, stop by anytime. I try and get different stock in here, but you know, with everything that's going on, it's been crazy.
And I'll just kind of wait.
Right. So, you guys head out. You see Groff standing there in the middle of the road.
What's he doing?
Looking around.
Eating peanuts.
Groff, what the hell are you doing?
Eating peanuts.
Where did you find peanut? Wait, I know what you call mountain chocolate and so forth. What are peanuts?
They grow in the ground. They're in these little shells. You break them
Okay.
open and eat the insides.
Okay, they're normal peanuts. I got scared for a moment.
They're all black and shriveled on the inside. It's weird.
Wait.
He's eating kidney stones.
Oh.
Get it? Peanuts. That concept is upsetting to me.
All right, I magically have something that I need to do. It's rhymes with throwing up. So I'll be back later.
God.
No, turn your camera on and do it.
So do you tell them what you're looking for?
Looking for the town master.
Wouldn't he be like at the mayor's office or whatever? Or I guess the town master's office, whatever it's called.
Yeah, the town hall.
Did
You guys just
assume that our gender
just don't know where.
I mean, if we can.
You're
Huh?
right, my boy. Do not assume the gender of the town master. It isn't.
Then you just assume mine by saying my boy.
Are you a boy?
That depends who's asking, because if it's Targos, I can be anything else.
Alright, well, we're not in Targos, so you're a boy.
It's like that. Lucas is banned on Twitch.
That's right. All right. So, do you guys want to help him look for the town hall?
Yeah.
Okay. So roll me a survival check. What's up?
Are me and Copper working on the seeds, or still doing the forge thing?
So what I was gonna say is, you see, depending on what their okay, there we go. Just waiting on Smith's and.
Hey, just remember how you told me to go on
Justin's.
camera so you can watch it?
Oh,
I can go on camera and you can see the baby throw up, because I'm pretty sure he's working on that here.
Can you roll for me?
Oh, yeah.
My Coke can spontaneously sprung a leak out of the side of it.
Oh no!
I just realized, like halfway through it leaking.
Oh no, that sucks. I'm
It's
sorry.
been leaking for a while now, and I have no idea what happened.
Jeez.
How does it just spring a leak on the side?
No clue. It was like someone shotgunned it, like opened it up on the side. and just
Jesus
left it.
Christ. That sucks, huh?
I have no clue.
Hey, Justin, my baby can beat up your baby.
Hey,
I'm not gonna
Lucas,
say what
can
I
you
was
send
gonna
me a
say on
link to
stream.
the web client? Because it won't let me. Like, it's just a black screen.
Oh, that's weird.
Let me turn off the camera, then we can go back to you watching Mickey Mouse. Jesus.
It should be, actually, if you go into the Discord, go to the pinned messages. It's at the very top in the pinned messages. I will send it to you there. Yeah, it's always in there.
Yeah, that's Mommy's alarm.
Yeah, so the three of you start walking through town. You start heading back over to the main center area. We'll say it's at this point that that Wu has maybe, has sat down, has spent some time there with Hlyn Trollbane, the bounty contact, and is heading out to go and meet up with his group. Copper, you see Copper and Ravenchuck are stepping out of the Black Iron Blades after getting it repaired, and Copper looks over, and you guys see coming around the corner is Smith, Gerard, and Groff. You also see Beefchuck there. You all see Smith has a new pair of goggles that he is wearing.
What do they look? What do they look like?
If you look in the Discord, they are the ones underneath the Cyclops goggles. They look like owl eyes.
Ah, okay.
I could also just do
I like
this.
the one underneath the owl eyes.
Those are the
Those are sleeker.
Yeah, so these this is the goggles of night, and then the other one is the eyes of the eagle. That is what the other one is. So, but yeah, you guys all kind of come back together here in the center of Bryn Shander, and what is her name again? Are you referring to the bounty hunter?
Yeah.
There we go. Hlyn
I just want to make sure I
Yep, Hlin
spoke
Trollbane.
correctly.
When you guys round the corner there, Smith, Gerard, and Groff, you see your companions have come out of their respective buildings, and Smith and Gerard, the two of you saw this building whenever you guys were walking up through here before, and you pointed out to Groff. Groff, you look ahead, and it's basically right there from whenever you leave the north, whenever you leave the tavern, it's like right just south. You actually walked past it about 3 times when you were out looking for it.
Ah, found it. First try.
Are you going to explain why you are looking for the town?
Yes.
Do you remember why you're looking for the town
No.
hall? It is
because the bar was all ransacked.
Yeah, so basically the goblins have been attacking travelers along the Ten Trail and along the Eastway, the 2 main roads that cross where Bryn Shander is, and they are... The townmaster here, a woman by the name of Duvessa Shane, is looking for someone to try and put an end to that.
Right, I explained it to the group. Go into the town hall.
Okay. You step into the town hall. You can see in here there are a lot of people that are kind of strewn about. They have they have like all the available ports to light fires and to warm this place going right now. There's a lot of people, it very much looks like a relief center. But at the far end, you see a woman who has, she's fairly young. She has like brown hair, is wearing, like a more official looking clothing. And then standing next to her, you also see a man, who is, he has dark skin, he has leather clothing, but also a likewise kind of similar look to what she is wearing. And you can see that they're kind of, they seem to have like a more control over everything in this room.
Ah, the water tribe.
God damn it.
I go up to Katara.
I imagine you mean Speaker Duvessashane.
Yeah, sure.
You walk up to her and you see that she looks at you and she says, hello, is there something that I can help you with? Are you in need of placement for the evening?
I came from the bar.
I am okay. Sheriff Southwell, can you see to that this man is properly cared for? And you see the sheriff, he steps over, he's like, all right, boy, come on. Don't be bothering folks around here if you're
No, I don't think that's what he meant. He's just really dumb.
All right.
They told me to come see you.
Who's that? Who said to come see her?
The bar guy, barkeep. He gave
Graham
me
Sachs.
drinks. He gave me White Claws. There's like 8% alcohol in this. You'll have to bear with me.
There's not. There's like 4.
Don't tell me. You're a child. You don't know. I'm here to fight.
We're trying to find the people that more or less ransack the town, getting folks on the trails and so forth. That's what the yes.
Well, then you're looking for 2 different groups of people.
Well then, wherever the goblins are, whatever you guys have information on, because I know the people that raided the town, you guys have no idea where they went and so forth, but you at least know where the goblins are, correct?
Well, I mean, that's not all entirely true. Do you have information that you would like to divulge to maybe help us deal with the folks that came and attacked all of us and displaced all these people? And whenever he says this, you see Devessa steps up. She says, we have information, but if you have more information, we are glad to share it.
Not really information as much as manpower.
I got a bow.
Am I there?
Yeah,
No.
you're all there. No, you're all there.
Money before for the head, or do I have to wait till tomorrow?
For what?
For the bounty.
For what bounty?
The blue-eyed guy?
That was Hlyn who would have given that to you. She gave you 150 gold.
Right.
He's cutting out
So
on my
150 gold was given?
Yeah. Hlyn would have given you 150 gold for the head of she really didn't care what you did with the body of Sephic. She just wanted him dead.
The head.
Sorry, say it again?
I wanted to make sure I got paid for giving her the head.
Yes. You got paid for giving Hlyn head.
What?
And you're splitting that, right?
Aaron, you cut out, and all I heard was, I want to make sure I got paid for giving head, and I was like, what? I was really confused.
You heard that?
If that's the type of business you want to run throughout the day, be my guest. I don't judge. Sex workers are real employees.
To be continued on the OnlyFans stream.
That's right. The exclusive one.
If you sign up for our Patreon right now.
Oh God.
Yes, William.
But like I said, you
Ask what information.
who are you asking?
Sean.
Shane? Hold on.
She has on down.
Hold on. Information she has on who?
On who attacked the town and destroyed it.
Okay. Sorry. I just you kept cutting out. I just did not hear you. She looks at all of you and she says, well, why don't we go speak in my office? I would rather not discuss these details, where the folks who are displaced are. And so with that, she takes you guys off to a side room, where there's a fairly sizable table. Sheriff Markham Southwell heads in with all of you as well. And he shuts the door, and he's standing in front of it. As she gestures for you all to sit around the table. There's another hearth in here. There's another chimney with a fire burning. And she says, well, the information of who attacked the town, we have information to suggest that they came from Targos. We also have this, and she pulls out a piece of paper that has a symbol on it that is almost instantly recognizable by all of you as the symbol that you guys saw on the man up in Termaline who was under the influence of Townmaster Nerith Maxildinar. This is that black snake symbol.
I very instantly say, that's the mayor or the town speaker of Targos is one of his goons.
That is what that was what we were fearing.
Yeah, I've had a few runs in with him, and none of them pleasant.
Yes.
I knew I should have lit him on fire.
I should have. I
As we kind
regret
of
my decision. Hmm?
What did you say,
Woo's
Aaron?
going to kind of whisper in your ear. Woo's going to tell him, the less you speak, the better. We will talk later after this meeting.
Okay. But he goes in and says, like, yeah, I had a. They're not good people because there was an issue up in what was it called? The town that we were in with the mine.
Termaline.
Yeah, we were up in Termaline, and they were trying to essentially shut down the mine to, I guess, take over the town or something. I don't know if he's trying to expand his influence or if he's just trying to make people go to Targos. I'm not sure what his end goal is.
Oh, that does not surprise me.
Town speaker.
Yes.
Town speaker, what is to become?
What is to become of what?
What is it to become a town speaker of a town?
Well,
like of Targos. If one of us wanted to be the new town speaker of Targos, how would we go?
Well, you would have to gain the favor of the townsfolk. An election would be held, and you would be elected. Townspeakers are often folks who, as myself, for example, my family is a noble lineage, and we have been donors to Bryn Shander for quite some time. I have spent most of my life here, and even though I am the youngest of the town speakers, because of my history here and because of the benefits and donations that my family has given, I was seen to be the town speaker of Bryn Shander, which does make me the head of the Council of Speakers.
So, okay.
So if you could, if there was ever during an election, if you had enough favor from the community, from the town, you could become a town speaker as well. If you, it is not uncommon for, especially outsiders. I know for a fact that that Speaker Maxildanar is from Luskin, that he only recently came up to Icewind Dale a few years ago. What'd you say?
When is the next election for town speaker?
Oh, for Targos, I do not know, but special elections, if you can garner enough support from the community, are still a thing. Also, and you see that she goes to say something, but you see that the sheriff puts his hand on her shoulder and he says, "Don't even suggest what you think you're gonna say." And you see that she kind of stops and stays her tongue.
Wu's going to be like, no, please, say what you're going to say. I'm quite interested.
You see the sheriff steps forward and looks at you, and he pulls a dagger from his hip and very swiftly puts it up against Speaker Shane's throat, and he says, "The death of a speaker means that a special election is held." And then he quickly puts it back into his sheath, and he says,
as he held it up to her throat, I was going to say, I make it very a point that I raised my hands and Neoguri raised his gun and so forth.
Dude's going to go Giants, so don't even.
But he looks at you and he says, to even consider going and killing a speaker, he is a duly appointed official of 10 towns. He needs to be held for his crimes if he is the one committing these. That is the investigation that is already taking place. Any information you have on it will be beneficial to us. But at the moment, the concept of such a feat, with the influence that man holds, is not going to be beneficial for you. So get that idea right out of your head. And he turns around and looks at Speaker Shane and says, "Same as you, ma'am."
I can easily provide information about the different crimes he's committed. Madman tried taking my finger to join his weird group.
Well, you see Speaker Shane. She's kind of taken aback by Sheriff Southwell's intensity, and she says, "Well, any information is good." And then she kind of pauses and she says, Are you by chance the ones who recovered the iron a week ago and got back that artifact for the temple?"
Yes.
Yeah, that was us.
I recognized your party makeup. Would you by chance be willing to hear a request?
A request of what?
Well, I don't know if you have heard, but we have been dealing with an issue along the trails. Ambushes from goblins. They have been taking wares, and merchants have been losing whole carts. We recently received this letter, and she pulls it out, and she opens it up, and she says, a goblin was recovered at one point. They had this letter, and it is a notice of an outreach of peace between the goblins and those of us in the 10 towns. And I personally believe it would be to our benefit to have them stopping what they are doing, but likewise to have their benefit. I mean, to have their, whatever assistance they might be able to make with us. You see that, Sheriff Southwell, he kind of looks at all of you, and he says, or you don't believe a word of that lying goblin, and I give you 300 gold for his head.
Just his head?
If I know that he's dead, those goblins down there will probably run amok amongst themselves. They've been causing us a lot of problems, but I want to see his head on a platter. And you see Speaker Shane, kind of leans forward, and she says, but we have the option of peace, Sheriff Markham. We have the option of peace with them. It would benefit both of us. I wish that everything does not have to devolve into violence.
I mean, we resulted in peace with the kobolds up in Tourmaline with the mines. They're now taking care of the rat problems while the rest of the town, mines.
You see that Speaker Shane, she says, see, it is possible to solve your problems without having to kill everything, Sheriff Markham. If you would be willing to do this, the 300 gold that the sheriff is willing to pay, I would be willing to put that up if you can negotiate a peace treaty between the goblins and the 10 towns.
What if we negotiate the peace and then kill the goblin?
Then I believe that defeats the purpose.
We'll see what we can do.
I mean, if you negotiate peace and then you immediately kill the leader, I believe that is not in a peaceful manner.
Well, no, but the rest of them will be obliged to be peaceful, and he gets his goblin's head.
Not if you kill their leader. If you came to this town and brokered a deal with me of peace between one town and another, and then immediately killed me, this does not mean that Sergeant Southwell is not going to have your head on a pike.
All right, we'll have to get it in the treaty. Execution of the leader is going to be a non-negotiable point.
He says, as long as there is peace between us and them, I do not see the need for unnecessary bloodshed. But I just don't want it to be at the cost of what could be.
I'll say if you get this written up for tomorrow, we can get this contract situated, and we can be on our way tomorrow.
Well,
we'll try peace first, and then if peace doesn't work out, then we'll resort to other measures.
well, excellent. Then I will get that together. Do you have means of travel?
We got feet.
More or less
I
just walking.
We walk everywhere.
Well, it is a bit of a trek. I have a very crude map that was drafted up as part of this. It's a bit away, and she pulls out this map, and you guys can see on here, and I'm going to put the map for the Dale back up, and she gestures down to a farther south town, or a farther southern point than you guys have been in, any reasonable amount of time. I'm going to post it up here as well in the chat so you can see. It is under the name of Karkaloak. And she says...
It's kind of...
good.
No, I was just saying that's far.
Yes. It is a bit of a trek. That is why I have spoken to a local stable runner. He was willing to put forth some axe beaks for anyone who was willing to head down there. In fact, that is the 300 gold that is up for offer. If you are able to get down there and handle this without the death of any of the axe beaks, but for each one, the price does go down.
What's
Listen,
an axe?
Erard's all in. This is a new animal that he can summon.
Up here. So an axe beak.
Is it a chocobo?
You're not far off. An axe beak for those curious. I don't know if I can actually. Yeah, for some reason I can't put the image there, but where the fuck is it? I know there is one in here. Hold on, my bad. Give me one quick second. View entire adventure. Find axe beak. There it is.
Oh.
Here you go. Yeah. So it's basically it kind of looks like a chocobo from Final Fantasy. It's basically a giant bird chicken thing, but it has a beak that's in the shape of an axe. Give me she looks at all of you and she says they are quite quick, I will say. They are much faster than even a sled dog, considering they are not pulling anything. You can ride back them yourself.
So, if they were pulling, say, a sled, how many of them would we need? Or not a sled, but a wagon?
Well, you would need at least 2 of them to probably pull a wagon, but would quite reduce their speed.
We'll look to Boo and say, "Don't worry. I'll make sure they come back alive. All of the axe beaks."
No. And how much is an axe beak if we were willing to buy one outright?
If you are looking to buy them, they are 50 gold apiece.
Ooh. And how much is a wagon?
Oh, for God's sakes. The wagon's gonna make us go slower.
No,
I mean,
I'm talking about.
I mean, a good wagon, depending on what you need it for, anywhere from 35 to 50 gold, but it could be bigger depending on if you need it. If you needed to move through the snow, it would be considerably more because it would need to be outfitted for such travel.
Okay.
All right.
Now you just see Wu kind of like looking up into the sky, kind of doing math and trying to figure something out.
Do me a favor, Raven Chuck. When you hear the name Karkaloak, roll me a history check. Tarrant, you there, buddy? I think he's gone. I think he's dead. Our boy.
All right, reroll.
Hey,
This time
listen,
between
I'm
me
just
and
excited
not
because
17.
I just want an axe beak. I can summon axe beaks.
Anyone know? No, they don't. He's the only one who does. Oh
What?
well. What Karkaloak means in what Karkaloak means?
Oh, are you asking me to roll a nature check?
No.
Look,
I'm. It's
This
it would
from
only
one?
be. It would only be him.
you didn't hear what I said, did you?
No, I didn't hear what you said.
I said, do you want me to roll a nature check so I can see what I can harvest from it?
From the axe beak, you're not even looking at it. You don't even.
No, but now I know the name. I can look through my book.
Yeah, I'm here, Lucas. Sorry,
Hey,
my dad
welcome
was
back.
asking me to order some pizza.
Oh, it's all good.
You
Yeah,
ordered
sure,
some
Aaron.
for
Go.
us too, right?
Yeah, sure, Aaron. Just Aaron, roll me roll me a nature check or investigation, whichever one. Yeah, you find it. It's literally in a book. So, Tara, do me a favor. Roll me a history check with advantage.
Lucas, did you forget my character sheet isn't working?
Ah, I did. Hold on.
Yeah, it's still, and I've been trying everything.
That's all good.
I still can't do it. I've even gone to manage character and looked through there.
So, Ravenchuck, when she's showing you guys this map that is showing the pathway down to this goblin settlement, you see the name Karkaloak, and it takes you a minute. And you're kind of thinking, like, everything's based on goblin. But something is sticking you with that name, and that's the fact that Karkaloak is the name for is the Nomish word for home.
Okay.
So, and that, like I said, that just kind of stands out to you that on this it has this writing. It's in goblin. It's in like very broken kind of goblin on here, but they were able to.
How do you say that word again?
Karkaloak.
Okay, because I was about to say Kakalos, and I was like, that don't sound right.
Now there's Karkolohk.
Karkalos. Karkalos means home. Woo. I don't know if you knew
You're the only one that speaks Nomish.
Oh, okay. Is there anything else that's Nomish on it?
You don't notice anything else that's Nomish on there. Just that name, that name stood out to you because it like pinged you and you had to think for a moment, and then you realize, like, that's a Nomish word. That's not a goblin word.
Okay.
So the last thing. Oh, go ahead.
Is Wu here?
Wu's here. Yeah, everybody's there.
Okay. I told him that Parkalos means home, and he didn't say anything.
I'm gonna be like, okay, and kind of raise an eyebrow of like, why are you telling me this?
That's what the paper says. You seem like the leader of the group, so you should know.
We were very confused at the moment.
Me too.
And yeah, so the last thing that we'll leave is on the name of that you see of the leader is the name Yarbnock. So that is the one that you would be going down to speak with. So I think right there is a good place to call it for tonight.
Questions?
What's up?
That I want to ask the town speaker.
Okay.
I want to know if she has any bounties out on the Alpha Wolf Pack tribe leader.
No, I can't say that I do. She looks over at the sheriff, and he just kind of shakes his head, and he says, the wolf tribe often stays further north. They don't really come down here and cause us much issue.
Oh, because we had killed them from in between Tourmaline and here, and they said, I got the head of the Alpha Pack leader, and you guys might have a bounty out on him."
I can't say that we do, but I mean, folks up in Caer Denival, they might be interested in that. They kind of deal with the wolf tribe a lot more up there.
All right. Do you have any buildings for sale here?
Good night, folks.
I mean, I don't deal with the realty. And you see Devessa Shane, she says, I mean, well, right now we have a lot of damage and repairs to be dealing with. So, right now that's not really on my my highest priority.
What she just said and what Wu heard was, we have a lot of empty lots that you can just pick one and build whatever you want on.
Pretty much.
But she looks at you and she says, I mean, we have, not every one of our buildings is occupied, but again, right now there's a lot of things that we kind of have to deal with the town and the state that it's in. Now is probably not a good time.
Okay. Well, when everything clears up and gets under better circumstances, let me know, because I would be greatly interested in purchasing a building potentially here.
Sure. I will keep that in mind when the time comes.
So I guess I'm assuming as we walk out, I'm going to inform Urard about I'm only going to tell Urard about the bounty on his head that I was made aware of.
Bounty? What? Huh?
Smith, you put that cursed sword away. You already got rid of that.
Yeah, I know. I'm all about good now.
as Smith reaches his hand out, calling for the Boreas sword.
Yeah,
Like, I'll kill this one.
No, I won't.
Yeah, he's going to explain it's a bounty for your head for you alive. It's more of a capture than it is a death.
Well, that's good, I think.
Yeah, if they return you dead to him, they don't get any money.
So basically, we might be running into a few bounty hunters anytime we go anywhere now. Well, hey, look at it this way. If we kill them, you can steal their bounty contracts and we can get more gold.
Yeah. But I'm going to give everybody 20 gold and tell them
Yeah,
this
thank
is
you.
from what?
Thank you.
Give this is from the
Oh yeah, 20 gold.
That's
Yeah,
it.
we're going on a journey.
Yeah, I'm
We're
hearing
going on
I'm
a
hearing
trip.
Mickey Mouse in the background.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's because of Williams TV. This
Yeah,
is my
sure.
life now. I'm stuck watching
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse because it doesn't have the old like House of Mouse on Disney Plus, which it should.
Dude, you should be watching Bluey. What's wrong with you?
I'm not watching fucking Bluey. That's for
That's
you
so
and your
good,
wife to
man.
watch and Levi to
That's
not
so good.
understand yet.
Bluey's
What's
good,
this
man.
about porn?
No,
Smith knows.
that's a blue waffle.
Oh God.
All right, good night, folks.
Yeah, I think that's
You're right.
that. Jared ruined it. But no, that's where we'll call it for the night. So, so over the next 2 weeks, we'll say that during this time you guys will, because it was about 5:00 in game. So this is going to afford Copper and Ravenchuck the opportunity to go and make some of those explosive seeds, and for you guys to start experimenting with them. So I know what I am prepping for next session. Are you guys going to take the axe beaks and go down to Karkaloak and deal with the goblins there?
To my knowledge, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait,
Okay.
is it only because we don't know where the other guys are?
Pretty much.
Yeah, there is an investigation still going on that that Sheriff Markham Southwell told you in regards to the people who attacked the town. You guys probably know where they are, but that's up to
my prime concern.
Mm-hmm. I mean, not saying that they can't be.
Wait, you know where they are?
Gerard, for the most part, does.
I don't know where they are, but I know who they are for the most part. Because of them being the tattooed ones, they're essentially the town speaker of Targos's mafia, more or less.
They're members of the Zentarum, which is the organization.
Let's go kill everyone at Targos.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You need a town speaker if there's no town.
That's me talking, not Smith.
Yeah.
That's Smith talking.
Smith is on the
Smith
road to
talking,
practice
not
now
Smith.
with his new great axe.
He's like, we're gonna go deal some justice.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so yeah,
I'd like to conjure animal and just summon multiple polar bears to ransack Targos.
Yeah.
I will
Jesus.
also summon some polar bears.
Smith's like out in the fields making like a giant snow bear. And he's like, go.
Go.
All right,
Wait,
so
you
yeah.
not do anything? No. Keep going.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll pick up next session. It'll be the next morning that you guys can be on your way down to Karkaloak to either diplomatically come to a resolution with the goblins there or claim the head of the leader.
Alrighty.
So,
Good search, Phil.
yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna bounce out of here. I need to eat something like
Up
right
to,
now,
I got
so
a
I'm gonna
pack.
stop the stream.